Dominic Way and Sama Danilo and so Eddie Atuja. Dawson Adarabioyo, Chelsea, a defender, or a Nigerian born. Now, about Emma Chelsea, or a centre back tournament, a Fapa, Eddie Amano, 2 nations, no air channel, Nigeria, air channel, England for, and so air channel play and say, or better decision, few months to come. Now, and Bosume did eno na ode na dwenkyere the decision no ebeba so bebo ade ama Nigeria and answer obebo ade ama England omo enso eman no Chelsea Jimmy Gertens na omo decide say omo be trigger the release clause no Dortmund omo player no omo tua sesika no na omo de Jimmy Gertens so aba personal terms there almost 2 weeks ago and at Chelsea and the boy no personal terms o make carry into akase Dortmund for ebe jomo kakra ama Jimmy Gertens so abebo yet say a infianso 7-year contract and at Chelsea a prepare at the Emma boy no yanko work of Morocco almost one of the African reps Eko bomb home dempa e tournament way na so made mono na enye enough crowd 3 games no e bia ni home pa omo etim ewini ye omo elusu all 3 etwa to omo group ene na team no ebe fly abedu Egypt and now say babedu Tunisia omo ekrom ho na players no ebe ko break on Mauritania just July 7 and work 4 players no and so ebe ye omo be reporting our training grounds now Africa yen teams na ekogina anemu no na omo ye 4 Mamelodi Sundowns El Ali Esperance and a work of Morocco now omo the ranking aba Mamelodi Sundowns omo to so 22nd Nemo Sikomunya no $12.55 million El Ali at also 23rd $11.55 million no munya Esperance at also 25th $11.55 million no munya and a work edi 27th omo enya 9.955 because omo de omo entimi enwini game bi a nemo Africa yan reps no question mark akra ho sika na omo enya no entity beba because of disciplinary issues Mamelodi Sundowns FIFA fine omo $55,800 because omo enya 5 yellow cards, 1 against Hussein Day, 2 against Dortmund, and 2 against Fluminense. Into group phase no yet so omo $55,800. Work of Morocco omo enya fine of $200,000 because omo enya yellow card against Man City, 2 yellow cards against Juve, 3 against Al Ain, and a work supporters no. Mommy I work supporters no. Omo de fire flares eja na omo de abastedum na bebia ayekumo eno ayedwuma dia na work of Morocco omo fans no na omo FIFA 4 afani omo said ye mo hwe our Kessben television so eniema work supporters no ekoye ye no club yi mo koye omo enwini match komo nyan so a ye san so ati wo mo into $200,000 and a fine at FIFA the ama work of Morocco El Ali omanya combined fine of $110,000 omo enya 4 yellow cards against Porto, 3 against Palmeiras, 1 against Inter Miami and omo fans no so adi eja eko parka yatwe omo enso aso Esperance omo enya fine of $120,000 omo enya 3 yellow cards against Chelsea, 2 against Los Angeles FC and a Flamingo 4 yellow cards into Africa yan reps na ekwa ni sika no munya no FIFA afanyansa kwan because of indiscipline yellow cards and the supporters no a Germany call parking FIFA ati sika no dodo na e de from accounts mu nemo Mikel Cardoso akasa ono aye coach e de Mamelodi Sundowns Masanda one of the tournament we dey o mafiri mu nenso oye so proud of his boys mu mentin sama Masanda one coach Mikel Cardoso e de atuja
well still living a lot of emotions obviously
yeah
everything just finished and looking around and making a flashback on the games we played, on the 3 matches we played. Obviously, there are different things that come to my mind. First of all, the sensation is that I'm very proud.
Yeah,
I'm very proud about what the boys did in terms of the way we played.
Yeah.
And I remember that after the 2 matches.
Mikel Cardoso coach, Mamelodi Sundowns, also my film. After 3 games there, Nenso, I am so proud of the boys. No matter mono, na I was so ye papa. Yanko Barca so ye. Gavi, Barca midfielder. What the new hairstyle about a man nim as a sacra. Lami a man person ɔyɛ Eminem because of say what die in tintimu a more Kessben television Gavi ne new hairstyle and our Kessben television so Barca say classic season where Barca no Real Madrid Barca no first leg no omo the jersey a omo share 2005 November 19 omo share Madrid 3-0 was Santiago Bernabeu no sa jersey number share into be kaya Eto Ronaldinho mo sa jesu no mo share ya Omerico Bernabeu eko demolish Los Blancos by 3-0 first leg no this season our classic on Barca ebe sanso ase sa jesu we ya Nico William Barca F4 peno na almost say next week omo be trigger the release clause of 58 million euros and na Javier Tebas chire mu a Barca 1-1 sa financial rule no Barca fon qualify just say omo kala niam bi sikasem di omo huni ansa na matimi activate enti kokoba Javier Tebas edi ama Barcelona eno enso eno no former Real Madrid omo defender former Madrid youth team coach Michel Salgado say Conforpi at the Barca omo academy na La Masia no compare that of Madrid na Madrid in recent years Champions League no omo judge omo timi je 3 at the Esoso in the last 8 years Barca and Champions League now so foundation ni na no Madrid omo nkwala no and na omo promote omo kakra and the Champions League no omo the last 8 years Barca for and so NGB na so bia enka ye man no so a ye say Barca omo netimi parody and kwada papa omo etimi rise to the occasion so Madrid Champions League no omo so build the players ni bi omo etimi jetwa so mako miensa Alvaro Morata komo from Galatasaray enkosi weekend there na Morata move no so aye complete personal terms when you agree a owakobo edi amakomo omo club no Man United almost second offer omo de call for Brian in Buamo na worth 55 million pounds plus 7.5 as add-ons for the second time Brentford omo are rejected omo someone chizikana enye we end the second time Man United the offer call for Brian in Buamo ama Brighton and I say club no Brentford omo and so etimi are rejected Fenerbahce led by Jose Mourinho ebe told you say omo pe Jadon Sancho nanso no kura bia ni assistance now Fenerbahce and show interest bia say Jadon Sancho a obebo loan edema Chelsea oboaye omo je Conference League no omo and so airpe no na troko English Premier League na omo be so musua La Liga last year La Liga changes bi ema yehu ye right after games half time omo any players ni bi kasa omo any managers ni bi kasa Premier League ne say omo be same until half time this season ye pon game first half na players ever grantee interviews managers ever grantee interviews player be ye in film na so ba bench ono enso ebe interview na dressing room na be cost no omo yikakra ama viewers no so etimi ahwe eberechi eze so many class na airpen no Arsenal for omo priority Madrid Rodrigo omo enya Rodrigo omo plan B Eberechi Eze Tottenham Hotspur and so show interest Eberechi Eze mu Nico Jackson Chelsea player na say ni attitude or parks nya kra ya no di red card ni na referee na free mu na so Arsenal for so many Benjamin Sisko and Jokerisa Nico Jackson any player omo enso pen Lille pen Olivier Giroud enti Olivier Giroud deal no enso completer omo any boy no area oba abebo as a free agent edi amomo Liverpool sa transfer window omo very active omo afa goalkeeper Freddie Woodman on a free agent so far combined fee Liverpool has spent 216 million pounds market in goalkeeper no na wo no our Kessben television so waba as a free agent Wilfred Ndidi Leicester midfielder and Man United for den Hena John Duran Fenerbahce Jose Cesar striker no nyana the we are the near sia breno papa panti John Duran Alnasa player now Ronaldo Bono also person oba na Fenerbahce for so den Nicolas Tagliafico Roma and Sevilla so show interest omo peno Yunus Musa American in chi every Ghana obo Emma AC Milan also enya 2 offers Nottingham Forest Wolverhampton so peno David Beckham akoye surgery on a wrist na the injury started time na obobo 2003 na didi mu am na all hospital or our Kessben television. So na example Anguissa ewo ni kom Cameroon na players ne ba ene infiltrate there ball na no mo omo give back to the community enti player na obo e Italian Serie A no this year or the Napoli 4G league no Zambo Anguissa and a ball infiltrate said our Kessben television. So Divock Origi score of important goals obekan corner kick taken quickly. Liverpool share Barcelona share sa go no na Divock Origi ne Milan focus said about the contract no omo enso ebetimi terminate Madrid Bobo Kone see other goal and local Madrid nko and the only players are season way omo enso entimi emperor 2039 different injuries and Amadu Bobo Kono omo enso etimi so far ye Nico William Nemura no only say kofo kope paye odi sare so ko Barca no omo sa ko painting ni biem ama anoda kofo for us ko destroy ni say boy no oye Judas enti omunya ne kwan ema no enko Dr. Amagashi Athanase apomuden ye ntoto na se kra doc enya bedwa se dia na bebieu because doctors share na henche no Amagashi na omode man no doc say their life no their bro so crowd ye mo akwaba na bibia de na akwa mu de say obi ase Dr. Amagashi bebia be fa bia obi ama ne nsa so a omo say ya Amagashi doc yeah
de me pese magana 40 asen say nanu ye awokude ye twami abasubodia hodo amegie nyina no me ko presenti ni nyina de kire yewura otumfo
oh very nice
to the second emo no so sa bon aba so se hyira me na asema otumfo kan ya mama ni gie ne se o se Dr. Amagashi wunya behu me kura no wudi ahata ba bia afe wo sa ba gi nhyira idie afe wo be sa komo nti wo hwe TV ni so a ebra ye ko otumfo o menhia ho no eno na wo hu no TV no so to the extent say otumfo se hyira me sa che se ampa no kure ni adwuma pa wo hwe
when you kind of picture no lie
me ka be chiro o
trofo na se me dance ni wa be chire
ada me se du ho so ani gi say o mo sa my mic ma me say ko tu sa chiro o mo say Deuteronomy 23 verse 1 was it the onsem fata so obenyanko pombedwom na ahemfo tena sa ni nkwa so oba ho eye de ya peche ne hwewa enti nipa ne be ma nya adwuma heaven onkobi eho na nanu mu nyina gu fom so say eho na se pamcho mema mu gu ha mesrem muntu ana monko Dr. Amagashi wo efi say no kure ne nyame anim ni asema abrante ne kana ye no kure because revelation eka asasem no wo se atemuda no nipa mienu beda mpa baako peso but nyankopon be fa baako agya baako ense Deuteronomy ni beka say be man nya adwuma nko heaven dia eni omo ni man ti edem na mema ni man ntimi nna no sa nkrofo no nyankopon be fa ema no na wagya mema na egu ho enti mema bi mfa nto omtrim say Dr. Amagashi mabai die mede eduru asebi ebe ma wo mema ye CPS ta no ena mede brawo because enukure wo mu ne say so wo ye nipa na se bi wo ye otiase wu a obema na beba wo hu se wo ye otiase wu Ghana ha youth na ya bana ye here education because se bi sa wo ne wo yiri kura nya asem na se bi ebusuafo ka bia edam ho no obi ntimi me ya wo de ma wo ho eya wankese na wo se wo gi sa adwuma no ba obo na wotumi ye ho adwuma enti Dr. Amagashi se wo mema sam anase wo mema sam ko fon de to na mo bra Dr. Amagashi wo hwe de mi keni se be ma kese duro ni ho a anka Ezekiel chapter 23 verse 20 no onka se wo mo asabi o ma wale no ebinum won be ma susuade ne be ma suanom obema ne yire ne agina ne mprada na ne be ma se frumponko be ma opani ni ye se be ma kese wo eduro ho ebinum de se frumponko de ente eden na wo de ayeketwa bra Dr. Amagashi ho ne ye mwaw na ahonde ne nye de ensore ara wo sema wo mu se Ghana ha no kuro wo mu se ye pe obi de chen yankasa ye de na me koso de kokoboma obi a ote asase we su se wo kan Revelation chapter 21 the verse number 24 was say heaven na ye kronkron no asase so ahemfo na mummu wo mo no omo nyina de omo nim nyama eden ebebem enso wo Dr. Amagashi na sebi mako ahemfo mo aba so a e wo se mo de tumutim se ahemfo be ko heaven wo bi agise wo hia oye nipa bonini agise wo hia sebi ni be ma nya adwuma enti Dr. Amagashi de me se yade bi teto na yade bi hawa sedi mo yi ahemfo ni bi ama na omamamle no magya mu na tetena haban mane dubana ahemfo ni sa yale no Dr. Amagashi mi kura nu haban man deba number no the good TV ne so no fa number no ene ne branch no wo Ghana ha ba bia Kumasi ha ye mazi makru kasa wo Dr. Magashi wo. Accra ye Kaswa Prison Junction. Takra de ya Pawan Kejebri Government School mo. Techima nso ye Henswa Brigade. Techima Henswa Brigade. Takwafo nyina ye takwa bogoso. Your bogoso power line. Ene Kofodua Kofodua highways. Kofodua highways. Siwa workshop junction ho. Na kasa wo Dr. Magashi wo. Ene ni jisima woni se opani arawo sem ba ko woni se Nyankopon ka asema na nkofobia dane asem ni. Because Bible ne can Revelation 21 verse 3 ne say was so Nyankopon tumadan wo nipa mu obetena mu onimu no aye ne man o man ye de bade o man ye nipa enti yade biara sabi enti ma wankasa wa bra bokro na ni je mmam wankasa wa bra bo asumdue mmam wankasa wa bra bo nkoso mmam no saa yade ni fa bra Dr. Magashi oni nyan kwan ya wonkofo bi won mo pani yade etu mu mogem ye hepatitis B me na me de mensasi me bo se opa oba na true challenge metu memma waduro enkofo aba ho obi ade free ni mogem because okay Leviticus 17 the verse 40 was say nipa bi a wo kra ne wo mogem and say yade bi betena wo mogem na yare ne te wo mogem se me mpese me kwa yare ne te wo kra so ebenam yare so na heaven kwan abo. Because okay Luke chapter 17 verse 22-21 was say Onyankopon hine na mo hwe kire kwa Nyankopon hine nipa mu nete enti Nyankopon hine te nipa mu na se yade we betena wo mu a bra Dr. Magashi woni nya yare ne kwan number ne 0547 abasubodin de bebre na maje number ne 0547 044307 0547 04 4307 Dr. Magashi abasubodi amaje West Africa ha nipa ye de traditional and medical awards kire se onu na ebibiduro nyina no eba ne se bibiduro fo akira yela de emfa ye ni ntono so no Dr. Magashi mini ye de sa abasubodi mame answer Samba African so ye sade the best spiritual and herbal clinic in so sa mame kire se bibiduro na ye na nanom tetefo no yusu ye de enti eto ahaban bi din konkroma ya konkrom forma ye de ya de ma konkrom forma anka ahaban na anka sa din di enchene ngo but enam si ye de ya de ma konkrom fonti enti na to din konkroma konkrom forma Dr. Magashi de bia me kama asem sem ade manipa ye mobo asase wesu ye yade enti so bay fokura be ye wa opani yade no de be mawo enti ye omom yare no sunsum ta akire ye obi on ma yare na ete no so no wo mo de sunsum ata akire enti onum adura enti nko eno de me ka chon se wo temenka ena toturbentu amishe ni me sha akire nipa asabi Onyankopon de ahotoma omo na bibi nti yare tata omo no sankofo na me so muntu na momra obi enya gonorrhea ne syphilis me se gonorrhea sa wonya na eche anase wonum adu na ntimi ankoya obema befon obema subete me se mo de Bible ne se he atemuda no oba ne bema beda kete ba ko so mefa ba ko ja ba ko bi se omo da mpa no so no omo ye den opani obani be madakete ba kuso de no ye abra 1 Corinthians chapter 7 the verse number 5 no wo se mamon fa mo hu nkame mo homo enti se woni obati na kodu se opani odu ba bi no ohia na wontumi mfa mana asemeto de enti ye tu be ma din eja Onyankopon de niema wo wiase nyina ja be ma nti be ma na ye leader de enti etu ema din ena e wo se mema nyina no mu hu se Nyankopon de ema ni nyina jam se mo ni wo mo nye na enna nti ye kan na enti ne to din enna bi obi anim se ye obawo enso okodu dem wona se enna no ntumi ne na opani me se ade beto asem beto wankasa no o pese wo hu bonsam dem tena de ne be ma awu a one oba tie no onhwe se de be security no Dr. Magashi me se fa number no to anamo ne bra number ne 0547 04 4307 04 opani yade gu ni pani ase yade mani pa emobo yade mani ohia sikani be ehia ni yade tumi yi nipa me se omo de ne ye twere obi won ma twere ne ha no obi on so to me say yade tata no atata ne fitin collaborate busua ni mu no yade egu n'anim ase say nipa na wo so to na mo ba Dr. Magashi because say wo to na mo ba ye ho ene nyame ayadom hospital na adosu bebre enti abaso bodi amaje wo Ghana President Kufuor Bomabaso Excellency John Normani Mahama Bomabaso yewura o te kokoso otumfo say to the second esa frame sa Bomabaso say chira opani adwuma ne ye bie no asantemam ho ene nam so asumdua asabe yewura de chichira asantemanti ye bie ne ekobie bi wa Accra ye bie wie ne akobie bi otakrade ye bie takrade ne be sin ko tachiman wie ne ko bogoso wie ne ye bie bi okofodua entimi sefata sabaso bodin enti yewura na ehira me no TV no so TV no so yewura o te kokoso otumfo da say to say o de opese wo hu Nyankopon ahini a o Nyankopon ahini di kan hwe otumfo de obehu sere sinte som nyame because obi o ntumi nsom bia ntumi nko heaven ho because heaven ho ne ye ko som nyame enti Nyankopon no o ya ahini enu odie enti ye de asase so ahini amawo hwe se de siti di asase so ahini ne watumi hu sere sinte som nyame enti Dr. Magashi die mesi nipa bi asabe wo ye yalefo se di pa no ntumi nsom enkrofo kosoma ono ntumi nkobi but nipa apomodin ti ni mu owa honden wese ni wedi esisi ne ho so na ni wedi aba ne ho so se nipa na tumi som enti se yade bi tata obi ono ne kotodwe obi ono chinkasai obi ono so ne sisi obi ono tese ni mu ankasa ye ne ya obi ono ni nkosua no hu ade yie wo ma wani so ye kusu opani anka nipa ba akokora en ni so ye kusukusu. Because okay, Genesis chapter 27 was say bla Isaac oba kokra no na nisu ye kusu ansa na ofre ne man se o chira wo and say nipa se wani su ye kusu achi se obewu because ono ohun se obewu no ofre ne man chira wo e de animunyam ne mo ansa na wo ye okọ enti Dr. Magashi die se wo ya brante wo ye maburu na wani su asate se kusu no fa number ne bra Dr. Magashi wo kuma se ha ye o mazi makru Udu Macro Junction kasa wo Dr. Magashi wo Accra ye Kaswa Prison Junction takrade ya pawan Kejebri Government School mo Tachiman ye Henswa Brigade Kofodua ye Kofodua Highways eno omo takwa ho nyina no monko bogoso pristia fo nyina ye wo bogoso power line me say number no ye 0547 04 43 07 0547 044307 fa number ne to anamon bra ho sisi ya Dr. Magashi ye djuma fiti dwada ko pemenda yade bi reta tawo yade bi egu enu ase yade bi asabi ediwachi te se ba ediwachi te se security ma ono to anamon keke ne bra ye beboa wo ema won so wo de aseda ama o chedi ampo Nyankopon erade nshira ye nyina
amen onshira won so Dr. Magashi obisi de ma na ni ji ohun kura ni quotations Bible na ana onde yaresa no
no kre
ana nyasem keto akura
no kre bibia no on say o Nyankopon asem because bibia no Ghana ha no yen no ye ji Bible ni di ena ye de Nyankopon asem ena ebuman ena Nyankopon so no o de asase ni sha hemfo nsa ohin bia so ji asase di ena o ji ahaban so di enti se me ye adwuma na me the Bible no twi nipa adwen so say there be me ye kronkron fo asem ni nyina no
bema no enya djuma no
no kreni me ka wo tumfo ani mo tumfo serious
Dr. Magashi that's pa amanfo munko sonhwe ehimfo agiatum munko sonhwe na enya ano keke Dr. Magashi obeyi de ha nyina no afiri ho tentem de amount Kessben Television, Kessben 93.3, Kessben 92.9. Pomcho mo amu ehwe mo monitor program no wo DSTV 364. Sanso na Go TV 121. 05515999333. Eho na yefa messages no nyina. Video dia 0244263902 eno a video line which me dey abraying if you do that pepem ne memenda no na ye betrance memenda e bobo ni nyina no na yesan e de foforo kakra bi eka ho e de emamu dumienu na ye sorry ama holistic news and so atwaso amai ye mamu nyina kwa babiom emra final whistle dwumedie andikem say ye
na badum nyina
ye nyankopon asipa na all right we are Brazil fan ana
yeah
oh okay because your version was a brandy actually no and the came there.
Oh, been at the chair.
Obi na the chair. Okay.
No,
All
right.
right.
No toy. If I go to train, didn't go actually.
All right. Aye. The seminar so no nyame yaduma Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Almost 2 games now. Almost everybody one against Accra Hearts of Oak and number
President
2
Cup, no?
President Cup no.
Okay.
Just we and almost THBI so almost
FO.
yeah we know my 100 penal.
I will be the next one.
Yes for fans no. Yes. Inti yeah emu quality so was so
pa. Camera on that.
Yes so do say yes. And we have some of the South Africa Toyota Cup no.
Kaiser Chiefs.
Yes.
Level of match and be 50 JC.
Oh yes.
Level of match no be 50 JC we.
THB. Wow. Amunya some get akra. Inti no ma woni kotoko no. So munim no more comfort JCB apart from THB.
Because
now they go bo
they call the foreign land now.
Yeah.
And also more promotion.
That's it.
It adds up to their brand.
Yeah.
And Kaiser Chiefs no moko was a Kaiser Chiefs are from Kakra.
Yeah.
But you're talking about a team won numbers.
Yeah.
A team one of the traditional teams. And so to get opportunity to play Kaiser Chiefs, unya niema bebrebe.
Yeah.
Unya niema bebrebe. Inti ade bi e fata kotoko no, e fata THB for ni bi. Inti na JC and the quality level ni bi also. Inti so they come match Kaiser Chiefs JC no any of the stadium bebo game na said I had this
okay. Inti na one no. Made details ni hwani na beba because of the show. Inti ya train kakra. Okay, but ombedi is it 15 or 20 more days after
first only 5 days for Kaiser Chiefs match.
Yes.
Now after that already 15 days for the preseason.
Wow. Tina enyasem ketu akra. All right. Yeah, Moses Madiba Stadium Deba there. And a match no Bekoso. Kotoko Kaiser Chiefs. Saturday 26 July 2025.
Level also. Say kwa Africa. Na unya friendly games be and also book competition be say check the level and the preparatory grounds are what team you drew.
Yeah.
And I say check baby a wura no how what oboboa ho towards that particular avenue. Because when you Kaiser Chiefs they can play the Confederation Cup, they can play in the Champions League. It is a unya as a preparatory game.
Confederation.
Okay. Because omu team are consistently compare them to Kotoko in recent times. No. So we know at least a match obetimi akase in terms of your preparation towards Africa. No, a match obetimi using as a barometer to measure your level in terms of signings, in terms of quality, in terms of preparation, and the level of your team as to how I'll be the room in the country. It's a big game.
Okay. And the matches Ekoso FIFA Club World Cup round of 16. And then Enso ebi Ebekoso enyasem ketu akra. Palmeiras omo ene Botafogo. 4 p.m. prepare as game no ebebaso. Ansana 8 p.m. Benfica ene Chelsea. Benfica Enso ene Chelsea. 8 p.m. and almost do no ebe taiso enyasem ketu akra. We any other foreign stories, transfer stories, club news, and Miami Yahudu in Ano Yibura. It might be just from free. Yeah.
Jira. Me started with transfers.
Okay.
Now me the matches in every games a bit me a basso nyame pene. So do you controversial transfers be in football? Now about Premier League in man. The Ashley Cole move from Arsenal to Chelsea at the same Bibri in a buy. The Carlos Tevez move from Manchester United after the loan spell. And the United for now happy to have him winning the Champions League. No more no see a kind of Manchester City. The United fans were not happy. So Campbell, after Oyin who are teams Bibri penal, now so Campbell Elande Arsenal from Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur fans are not happy that. How are Roberto Baggio move here from Fiorentina to Juventus? Now cyber Tommy French abebo. Now see a man police escort. Now match and a corner kick by. Now Baggio went me uncle because of the fans ni yetiano. Said you, chelo, nneɛma ɛkɔ mu na ɛkwan a FIGC fa so ɛma Juve the 1982 ɛyɛ Syria no ɛde that rival ne baya bisina Fiorentina any Juve enka Barcelona nyɛ ɔmo fair share with controversial transfers na Luis Figo to Real Madrid and say one of the biggest transfers of course so a shock we are seeing now. But say Joe, the Nico Williams transfer na de ba no. Say ya hwe and no so be beka these type of transfers are battle throughout seasons are atwem. This is a player last season no be him so about Barcelona. Eventually Abrante na ba. Say Joe this season Hansi Flick ne na kasa also be Barcelona. Ni agent Ababishia Deco also obeba Barcelona. Abrante na kwa kofa ne niema from the Laka a training grounds. So see I can't find Abeba Obio. He's coming to Barcelona. And said, "Oh, hardly do you see other teammates and from other clubs? Say be a Chelsea per Manchester United player. Then players from the other side and started so almost post to sa player no and tensi. But said you Nico Williams, Rafinha, Apostuno, Alessandro Baldi, Apostuno, Omunina say they are welcoming him to FC Barcelona. The pictures are on Nico Williams. Ya draw Matosono, said you. Fans ne kosay no. And enra almost derby. Sanye because Nico Williams adika Casablanca no was several team ni very very well. It is almost a disrespect and almost ako penti biu. Said you almost ako penti no. Fans na sa kwa say ni biu. Amba se asaka Nico Williams de no kwa. Enti picture na e screen so no. First one na first one no and the second one na omo escose no no and the was no. Into omo be second one ka ho enra no and the what up no and the femo de no say do fans na ba be say no. Omo asem nyina no Sabrante no so okọ Barcelona onko omo ni hwe ka onko Barcelona no nkonko sinakan. Enno am kire mu ha say Barcelona are ready so omo betua sika no next week because omo peso the financial checkbook beba for 2025-2026 season no say sika ne betimi akom na enko the previous one into omo relax but next week they will be willing to pay the 58 million release clause and one so call La Liga for no now the omo sika akwa akom omo na oja hoko and said the omo ye Juan Garcia from RCD Espanyol it said Joe say ya the Bilbao krom ho Abrante efe Nico Williams no ne popularity no ekwa na ekofem ne nyina say he is pushing for a move to FC Barcelona and the fans of Bilbao are not happy. Obetimi has standing to that test of time and the pressure on the man no Obetimi ana for his quality he is not in doubt. Well no there onimbo but Sergio Abrante no say nechi and he needs to be very very careful. Barcelona where Bill almost a leg back because last season so here after Alessandro Baldi play no Abrante fan Gerard Martin e boy. Barca needs to do next season you say they want to win the Champions League because La Liga say omaje obi aso omo na one of the best clubs in the world. Obi aso omo Madrid mu and say their superiority over Real Madrid this season no enough for Barcelona fans and their faithful to enjoy. But season no mu come still omo here players omo betimi a certain department to push omo for them to win games. And to see as our sport ko akrata na omo the two left backs na to achire. Eti two left backs no baku ye Carl Henrique of AS Monaco or ye Brazilian and a baku ye Alex Grimaldi of Bayer 04 Leverkusen. It is a two players we are Javi Alonso back three na obo e wo team e friend Bayer 04 Leverkusen no Abrante friend Alex Grimaldi na ebo as a left wing back e de mano or your Spanish international on na body man and then Carl Henrique had been part of the back four of Tima your friend AS Monaco. Now oyo omo bienu nyina ade omo ya ade wo ho pa ya attack. Omo nyina attack very very well for their respective clubs. Now Barcelona who say Gerard Martin ni mu ha only that personality and only that defensive attribute no to defend. But so omo di any of the fullbacks eba bibia kire say Joe omo ebetimi ahye ho yie so omo start na omo free bench ba more the quality to make amends as compared to Abranti Efeno, Gerard Martin. The Barca led backs or more penal, and Manti win as a job do money at all. Real Madrid they ball next game against Juventus on Tuesday and on game no the round of 16. Now, competition yi ba be chance 2 players and nipa bebre ebo omudin say omu betimi ayususa competition we ama FIFA Ballon d'Or no omu so atimi agibi anaso omu yi omu as clear favorite for the competition Kylian Mbappe and Abrante FN Ousmane Dembele basejo 2 players yi share competition ya say Dembele is yet to future Abrante FN Kylian Mbappe koyare ye omu de ko Miami hospital but Mbappe is back fit to join the Real Madrid team for the next game on Tuesday. And players are born with this or betting you now at least La Mia Money Padudo and born with him by FIFA Club World Cup with San. Unfortunately, Omun team step up over this particular tournament. Mbappe back. Real Madrid and Nimu in his absence, they are playing very well. And the last game Ajabi Alonso boy, was the same from the 4-3-3 to his favorite 3-back system, and Obia who Madrid played very well. Then probably Busa say Madrid former 3-back. Obetim the 3-back na bana Pasaju in the last game no boy no about the 3 familiar back na Obia nim say no peno, and Madrid played very well. Mbappe coming back a bit added a lot to the attack, and Juve with their porous back line, they should watch out for the Real Madrid front line on Tuesday. So you kitwa be in the Premier League transfers. Manchester United they go so players. Na omo ye nkakra. Brian Buemo na baisisi ya omo ni edi nachi. Na Abrante no na sejo. Sabre ya omo the report about say nkomo no go so ekoso. E omu se nra. Omo reject Sika United e de buy. Sika United de buy no say omo the 55 million pounds plus 7 million add-ons na United e de koye. Making it 62 million pounds and this come the call for Cameroon Abrante ya or that TBC. Yenyan ntia say Andrew Onana na tutu ogu na suma say mo nko ba bia because coach your friend Thomas Frank ekopie mu o Tottenham no na oso ohia no and again o kam teaching obenya o Tottenham no for me e was so child obenya no Manchester United and I don't think United will sign a player 62 million pounds and bench him. Enti sika na o de koye no team a o buy friend Brentford so o mo so no o mo hia sika na omo di akodwaman so akwakope players e di aba enti omo hia sika ni nyina sika na omo de kofa mataya school na no omo mfa sa sika na bimra na omo mfa emefa Abrante emfiri ho eno ne nkomba a omo ne Man United o kan ba sejo enkomo ne gusua e koso and we hope that in the final minute Abrante FN Brian Buemo ebeba bi sia kan e di aba Manchester United amaniema enso atimi akoso yi ho Liverpool so omo tetire omo rashe transfers na fe na bie nti omo teta Alexander Isak omo ni dinachi astel omo person omo de ne ba nti se won ti se Liverpool omo pe Hugo Etikite Osimhen ho na betwam Joker so ho na ba betwam Liverpool aye quiet baby omo attention na for now after Florian Wirtz and then Milos Kakes no e ya Abrante friend Alexander Isak na ti omo so say omo mpese omo financial checkbook na be kwakoye the 2024-2025 into almost pese a balance from 2025-2026 into Alexander Isak what is say Newcastle United be breaky bank now salary structure no de na kwa animu se si oje 120,000 pounds a week chema Newcastle so de na ba be kwa animu but Liverpool will scar and they are ready to spend that decided Abrante we say do omudi tika kase ye bekwa akofo na ba transfer window ni brand na Liverpool for no chirema seju Abrante omo bekwa akofa no ede no aba Arsenal gusua players na yenyina enye happy with how Arsenal etishije ni team because a lot of people believe say baby ya ti so omo players no seju enye ho no nya players one Zubimendi eba in place of Thomas Partey and Pataka sa also no ontimi sika so ohieska to feed his family inipa bebre no into ontimi sika so and he's playing very well and one of the standout players for the Arsenal team this season and the Partey Emma Zubimendi but clearly a lot of people believe we say Arsenal for here Zubimendi because even in the absence of Partey Declan Rice Odegaard and then Miguel Merino is still available. Fabio Vieira Krakow loan FC Porto no on my back. So why are they pushing for Zubimendi? But Mikel Arteta also person or building the Spanish connections within the team and is bringing in Abrante Ayefen Zubimendi. Said you and they are almost a team FN Valencia so here. Say almost crack of Abrante Ayefen Christian Mosquera or not Spanish. Well, I heard the European under 21 I course on a part of Spain 18 Oko Valencia. Or on a ball almost center back. Almost say Gabriel and Saliba. I thought they were almost prepare. In their absence, no bones or more bread. Calafiori is still on Timmy adapt you to the style now almost best or more in the Premier League into or bread. And on normal Lewis Kelly grab it from the left side. Jinchenko echo AC Milan. Into almost be here a center back obiting a barber show. I'm an emetim yakoye. Tiasna for 8 more. A brandy or the TV said you. On more than a bet you na ono so atimi aba bebo mo e bere chase the deal no mo nche mo mfrim still our more per player obetimi abo eye Martinelli dabre ho ama omo ama na betimi akoyi ti Arsenal so ehwe Crystal Palace and cry ba na chema okra 60 million sejo obetimi de akwa bere chase na ono so atimi aba besi akan e de ama e bere chase clearly so wo hwe ni game na nka Manchester United e na betimi abo no oni obitse Bruno Fernandes I think he comes in with different profile or you'll be obetimi using different positions within the attack. Perhaps now say ho no mani hwe omo de na ba na Martinelli ni ho a seju ono nso etimi ache the left side ho ama na emetimi akoyi. Now to the games na e ba so.
Before games no menim say Doc
General
transfers no wo ho bibi kakra.
Yeah, bibi kakra bi. First of all, and run Shemuna also between John Uriat, Atletico Bilbao club president, and then La Liga, Penina, your friend Javier Tabas. Na Nina in Shemua, Okoshia, I say, Omuko Bisa La Liga, I say Barcelona, Omusika Semuti saying. Na 1v1, and I say the financial fair play rule is Barcelona operating within it. Obi be bisa say eden na bema club or no tin baby kwa akohia mpanyimfo mo organize league no so mo ko discuss club fufuro or abra club no enka Ninyina is got to do with Oma Brandt here friend Nico Williams Andy and Tony Eddie kan bobo hon komo no bebre na statement after the meeting Athletic Club Eddie Ababe Tugano and say they requested for that meeting based on several comments from workers and also leaders of Barcelona. First of all, Ura, your friend Odeku, our penny sporting director, Edema Barcelona, and Dinkoma in fact, Nico Williams, any other players there, Omaya ready. So Mbaba body ama Barcelona say omutimi operate within the financial fair play rule. Enwechi Javier Tabas enso aka say they are working so hard to ensure say omumblichi financial fair play rule no. Enti sansem mienu we no John Iriad GDA say di pefe say Barcelona for no omo pire omo no play a friend Nico Williams ebio esa di pefe say Barcelona for no omo sikasem enye enti SSL omo player microphone ba be form no omukodi hunkomo. As we speak, Barca has not made an official bid for Nico Williams. But obianim a common knowledge say the Barcelona for nim sa Atletico for no kromo kwa enya de so mbehwe omanim. So mo from so miensin konwa ni anu anya de so mbebo bompo. Name omunim say Abrante no ne buyout clause no around 60 million no, is within their reach and that is what they are hoping to get it done. General say Barca betumi omuntumi another third party who is so interested in this conversation is Arsenal. Ninyina say Arsenal and so any dear Abrante for Arsenal even the signing on fee and financial fair play will not be a bother for them. But the issue is that Aquadano first choice option is Team Barcelona. And Senior Atletico Bilbao fans na sha say Nico Williams na Arsenal GDA pa say Barcelona sika sema nkoye no man to amfana ebeye den say team no be reintegrating the boy into their team and for that matter he would want to opt out. and Arsenal will be the beneficiary of the situation. So Kobasi be as any money to be the cause. You how are things were panning out. Me medical kasa Juan Laporta a God sent for Barcelona because she Sikania who here more Barcelona ekomu na papa isa back a call first word match Barcelona amidst of all those things said to me do Magic League now. I think say he's a super club president, and I'm sure he will definitely work around the clock and get Nico Williams into the team. Yes, and they have mentioned some famous transfers. I know she. I'm saying the Fernando Torres from Liverpool to Chelsea. It was another top one, but I think this one will happen. But it can only happen through the say Omokwako activating the financial fair play rule. The rivalry between Atletico Bilbao and as a tension, it keeps developing.
Okay. All right, before Sebeko games, Kofi, if you broadcast in Accra or the Brewolf, Dr. Franco Naro. My question is for Dr. Franco Naro. Since he was recently in the UK, he may probably have some news on it. Why is it that the verdict on Man City's 115 charges still not out when the EPL promised to release it after the just ended season in May 2025? There was speculation from credible sources that insiders at the trial are claiming that the trial is not going on well in favor of the EPL and that they might end up paying the legal bills of Man City that runs into millions of pounds. There's another speculation that the worst punishment for Man City may just be a fine for initially not cooperating with investigations. What is Dr. Naro's take on this issue? Kofi broadcast in Accra. What unya humbu buebi? EPL ne?
Yes, General, you see, there are a whole lot of speculations around it.
Okay.
Because of the undue delay. And now, Omaye is so lip tight. Until say and some no be free to talk. Among microphone po tase. Among all the speculations, there may major deeper. And it's Omai England. So ni momu ye pa. Omwa de omu value. Edin pass on big guardian animasi. Now the history of Calciopoli in Italy is a lesson to them.
Okay.
Italy for Emre nim for Tenasi and Shemu Calciopoli no confirm be brain which romo. Big clubs in Italy. After Calciopoli no, what happened to Italian football? League ni guye anase jijaye. Na how they perform because no corporate entity would want to associate itself with a brand that is classified to be corrupt. Enti sika sponsors ne ade na call La Liga Serie A nim. Emma Serie A ne yem redu maybe afede na be say Premier League ne rejects and La Liga rejects na call.
Yeah.
So my dream me say Premier League no GDA passes so omo fefe saman and freni bebrea and show be hu saman. In other words, se omo yese omo di asem na ko details na omo di bibia ba abontia ahwe nim guase no enye sitting kwan na beka no. Ebeba beka the Premier League no in itself. The Premier League na they can't be sure said they to Serie A no.
Yeah.
E bi ntimi nto Unim said this revelation didn't come from England. It was Der Spiegel, a football league in Germany. And omunu to me Haki City. This anima when emails are who do on this anima and they were forced to start investigation to investigate. I will go through about 115 charges.
Yeah.
And Omudiabo City. Obianim say asem league ni ba na wie.
But no, there's an guy about one thing and about crowded.
But Obia can know to me who the ekoso. It me feel say enye se bia omu di asem no frenchim no mu so mu ba twi city aso a enye city nko a ene bi mpa.
No don't be about transfer so forever. But
edru ba bia they massage the case indoor and see how they can go about it so that the bigger entity will not suffer.
I see.
Because enye ni pekum.
Okay.
Adeɛ na embra ni nyina no ɛwɔ hɔ So the beya ebe page league no ebe me league na kosoro league na nima benyam na sika bem enti se koduru ba bi na bibi ba na ba be gu league na nima fini ade a anhwe on betena so
Yeah.
it me suspicion pa ne say they want to manage and massage it to the extent say beduru ba bi no enkoye issue kakraka bia imagine city league be ba waji charges no there bom some of them could lead to points deductions
Yeah.
ebe mo be sacrificing those league titles no and obi tin be bia na your friend say afi do waji league player no cry bia woja hokona fe so obeji league medal asem kese
Yeah.
and if they will be able to massage it and make sure say some kese and somebody bia me bata or product na is so precious to them no more general
I see.
they will do that is made me believe.
Okay. Enti unhu say ruling no ebeba etia Man City bebre.
General, ebe ba no mba yi no some light ne man kiti bi bo
I
say.
see. Yeah, right.
I know
But don't want to be in transfer forever.
no. I know these guys.
Yeah.
If it is their own, they'll
Don't
protect it. Oma ye wo mo ye say e bi afri anopa kopim 2 o'clock on Saturday. Ye ntimi nyi o man fufu bi a match live because it will come and compete with our league. No mo den do mo atoa man krofo bebre.
Okay.
You know, it is so easy to access the Premier League when you are in Africa than when you are in England.
Okay.
So England, now Premier League ni bi ahwa, o brepa. Uni sika o de beto no so boarding. O ha no ne ade because obeto ama. Na we de akire nipa bebre na hwe league no de no age TV coverage sponsorship kakraka because nim say what ya enya de so obeba stadium.
Awa. Okay.
So they have the ways of doing that. So let's see.
Bikra umbe release ya sana.
Yeah, starting league. But I'm saying,
All right.
I'm not expecting them to come out with a devastating judgment. Fancy a GCT titles, ni Champions League, then the qualifier man, the boy. It's a whole lot of mayhem. Into our here, it's better they massage it, keep it slow, than bringing the whole thing out.
Yo, the Nico Williams saga is stretching because Barcelona simply don't have the financial muscle. Why can't Barcelona just pay the release clause of 58 million euro for Nico Williams? It's Barcelona that's behind all this saga. The Kofidi area, I don't know. What are you doing? Yes.
Ya chire say Barca will scan omo de betua. But almost say omo pese scan omo betua no. Ebe call the old checkbook nim.
Yeah.
Sisi ato ko tu scan sisi ya. Ebe call the old 2024-2025 season no. They want to that money to be part of the 2025-2026. Until omo go to ya no. Until almost say from first to sixth within that space Barcelona will pay that amount. So they be reflected all the 2025-2026 AAC nim say do. The Nico Williams is almost got a bit to and go back on. It's over now. Until obviously Barca will pay, but date no more person back the old books. No. They want to open a new book and they will pay next week.
Also, more financial year, as we speak, 2024, 2025, no, I think a bit close to 31st June.
Yes.
In Spain. Into any payment, any expenses made now. Ebe cost a year, no, so I am mebuso.
Yeah.
Arches, or Muko, the Kutriana Sabria, financial fair play in the Betty. Into to say the Andy Cano, they would want to wait. After that one, no more says can about the next financial year. And Omonomu this kind of monim come before Susania, or more you need be crowned and be chat on beton there. Abekata Sona.
Wow. Yeah, to swear. Wow, Sergio, this jersey is super. Where do I get one to buy immediately? Joanna, is it Asabre? Udi Frizin Sawam and Abajuana Sabre so pages in Biato. Minima dear, Mufamre Hina, Obi Pebiata.
Mamma Abraham contacting man.
Okay.
Because it's only just 100 pieces.
Okay.
I don't know, say even as it stands now. Maybe that's all.
Maybe Nikumasi.
Abraham Okumasi.
Okay. And if Nina man from Pebiato, yeah. 020
95 620.
Okay.
020
95
95 620.
Okay.
Abraham, my friend.
020 95 95 620. Wow, pay just any be at all. For 2 games, and that's some kid work. And I mean, I say, I don't know, quality was too much. Okay. And now, and also, I don't know, Mobia, my hard so be Anthony Manuel with a wow. You see 500 cities. Cool, Boko. Now, a special for beer who says
only 100 pieces.
Yes, okay.
They are available.
This is the correct form for the verb. Say, Ufifi Samania, Uhun Sama, not Samai. Hey, Sam Tuga. Hey, Ejura, Sam Tuga, Ejura, and I do if you ever say, be Utika Crabia of correct. Ufifi Samai and Nia. Ufunania, Uhunu, Samai. Yes, Samai.
Okay.
So if you have Ruchi by and I say, we have Bena.
But Miss maybe some way because they mean
Ufunania, Uhun Samai. Oh, I'm one getting it. Samai.
No, come on.
I visa, yeah.
That's just it. Anyway, getting it. Anyway. Let's leave it.
Yeah. Fabuchi by into me watch oh yeah ura kofifia okay yen to so na yemra matches no eso so obi o asembia the FA titru EPL any Man City in sense no na person de ba no problem and afi transfer stories no o asembia ho a fabra yen hwe matches no
tira big game
and then it's na matches kra and then nko yeah. Round of 16, yes. Benfica Chelsea. Hey, yeah. 8 p.m.
Yeah. Benfica for him so Muntimi Chelsea.
Last 3 games come Chelsea abonyina.
I saw na Chelsea Europa League.
Yeah.
Some match now Benfica ntimi awin.
But some match so you bre papa.
Muntimi Chelsea.
Oscar Cardozo match. Do you know I started from the 4 o'clock match maybe the Cabano. Botafogo versus Palmeiras.
Nsama ne
Brazil for me.
Nsama bro for Magot. So the Magot. Magot.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm not Barcelona. Also, Sabri, we could be having the breakfast.
Okay. All right. Yanko.
Argentina class in the Omni free. 2 Brazilian clubs in Asia. Ewo game beat me abaso between Palmeiras and then team FN Botafogo. So do game 2 teams in our tournament obia bon homote na ohwe Botafogo beating Paris Saint-Germain and when the biggest news about this particular tournament because obia more the chance to beat Paris Saint-Germain the European champions and then let's come and so be share Botafogo in 6 points but omentimi and qualify to the next stage of the competition and now Diego Simeone said they were unlucky and omo dia kofi Palmeiras last game omo boy and omo against Inter Miami. And after 2 goals down, almost back. Ebetite my game 2-2. Enti team 2 teams are almost be my match pa. The last time we share was way back in March. Game no end 0-0 with 26 short between the 2 sides. And omodeba. So we share Botafogo team now a more mature team with experienced players within the ranks. So for obi 17 Ofa obi te Alex Telles or a former player of FC Porto and former player of Manchester United. Ofa obi te Jal Kunha after the tournament or Nottingham Forest on San Brazil view. And then you talk about Alexander Barbosa as 2 centre backs. Midfield of Alan, formerly of Napoli and Everton, and against Paris Saint-Germain, Vintina Moje fans Europe, but when they met him, on also just an experience, no, obetimi account on him. So you have Alan and McGregor in midfield, alongside Arthur, Saverino, and then Argo Jesus in a 4-3-3 setup on the room. But Botafogo game no do na asejo. Aye near the skill no na uhu ne more and ye team say they know how to defend and defend very well. So far Palmeiras team na, more experience with Everton, more Gustavo Gomez, the last game against Inter Miami, Nemo Debo and so any crass. Marcos Rocha, a midfield of Rios, Colombia for number 6, and also against Inter Miami, he was just off. And again, Evangelista as 2 pivot or more middle. Then you have Estavai William, Rafael Vega, and then you talk about Torres. But when you game as a Ebe Ferreira per se, or winning this particular game, Sejo. enya de say e was or statutories. This is a game for Paulino. The games now what me are winning now. Paulino on the free bench ba e be change the game no. But we a game that I'm expecting Paulino to start. Into any mono Estevao on the right, and this time Estevao should stack on the right. Say opese Alex tell us him na Estevao ultimate your man. Say you Estevao should stack on the right and then Paulino on the left with Abrantia Ayefeni Lopez and Victor Hawkins started the first 2 games. But the last game, it was Lopez who started up front. And when you a gamer, Rafael Vega and started first game. Oba second game, the third game in Azedo. On team more to say will be first or Bebon. So when you game, I'm expecting Alan to also start for this particular game. Now Gustavo Gomez, Emman and Nimco, I go Jesus so hope they call him the new Didier Drogba. And also Urban Nottingham Forest after this particular tournament. Those are the areas it was Pomora's more money a con. But you know, collectively, we hear about Botafogo team now. They look matured on paper and so also show more individually. Or more team change game within a split second. My heart goes for Palmeiras, but we should games now. I feel say Botafogo have the chance to go through.
Okay.
Chelsea bought against Benfica. Now, say there's a Franco Narusika kind of said you Benfica a team among to be Chelsea. But said you Team Chelsea a robbing in the Champions League. Was season year idea anymore. We a test for Enzo Maresca. Remember this Chelsea back. Ebe take cannot say bill. But Benfica there a proper Champions League team. Only quality ni bebrebe. But so show more against team my friend Bayern Munich. They gave Bayern Munich a good run for their money. No more maintaining 1-0 spot on the game no every year. Ni na say guys no more experience in their back. Obenya Antonio Silva and Otamendi as 2 centre backs. Into Chelsea attack, you should be assured of those 2 guys up front. Say, the fireworks were on the base and Otamendi as actually in this particular competition. Say, when you need here, but the older the better. So, about anymore, Pavlidis and a midfield, Renato Sanchez is still there. Into so check almost plan and said, you almost plan in your bad. Antonio Silva Otamendi, Renato Sanchez in the absence of Fiorentino Luis. Now, Benimo now Pavlidis. Now, Fabian Angel Di Maria or what? Not just a Chelsea backline. Levico well any toys and was a true test for them. Our Champions League no Murano. Omoko could share this experience attack and Pavlidis had been a revelation from last season. While we had Champions League, only 1 player, not a Hanko Fuyepa. Into those are the areas. Kopama has been off in this tournament. 26 games without a penalty. Kopama and Timmy Enshego. Come teaching him why you're doing the amano. But the good thing for Chelsea is that Liam Delap played well in the last game. Enzo Fernandez is back. And Casado is always available to help. And this time, the Chelsea saw options in midfield. And then Pedro Neto is also playing very, very well. So, you any game I almost said Chelsea ATB Benfica there. But when you game, it be easy for Chelsea. Probably extra time. And then Chelsea to go through because a match of equals. Yeah. Meaning I'm infected and so
I infected and so PSG in Inter Miami. And if Flamingo so any Bayern Munich and we 8 p.m. and our first game no PSG Inter Miami and A4. Now me share our name games.
Okay. So yo games no say Drew say ya team onya de kra no so Drew this stage or try so obeyre no. Nti Inter Miami as usual will try so almost so betimi a hard you kakra. But I don't think so almost Martin difficult for Paris Saint-Germain. Of all the games there Barcelona any game I mean who say any who cry. Almost defensive line no emoha. You only need to prevent the 2 guys Messi and then Luis Suarez. So almost experience. So Sergio Busquets first time playing the defensive shape was struggled throughout. Until play Messi and then Abrante and Luis Suarez out, you're good to go. And collectively, you name the PSG team, no quality or Modeba. Dembele is likely to be back for this particular game. I don't think a football dear Barcelona. I would say PSG to go through in that particular game, and then Bayern Munich versus Flamengo. Another match in Newcastle will be a Messi. That game. Flamengo bad this tournament 3 games. Obien team in Shaobo. Bayern Munich last game against Benfica they were defeated. Again, so Danilo say Bayern for no there, but Chelsea for the game na Chelsea for no was through. The good news for Bayern they say Musiala will be back. Say Musiala back there. Say Sanya mo bebrebe say do because on the game no a base suit to the Brazilians stand very, very well. But again, Osaha a player, obey a thorn in the flesh of the Brazilian backline. Kingsley Coman is also playing well in this tournament. And Coman, Serge Gnabry, Muzela attack with Hurricane. It's just the 4-2-3-1 anymore. Jonathan Tah Upamecano de acquired them kakra. It's Gonzalo Plata Emre Bebrebe. But the area also Flamingo more money kono. How Wesley Franca was stop a branch of Kingsley Coman, Arthur Lucas, Ebe Stopo, Serge Gnabry, and again the Danilo Leo Pereira centre back pair, Ebe prevented Hurricane, and then Edison Pogadier or Osedo, Muzela, Tirono the Bagre to Pampe, and Giorgino in midfield, with Johnson supporting them in the narrow shape. Now, Omabo Giorgio de Arrascaeta after the first game had been off. It's also said, games in will be special bit me, and then Edson Poga, a supporting of Gonzalo Plata, oppressive very, very well. It's Upamecano should be careful. One thing about Flamingo, they say, almost a team they don't know how to defend. Almost a game that's an animal. Until how almost boy against Chelsea. Even when they considered they were still attacking Chelsea. And almost a team almost experienced guys almost betting their face will be a mature side and almost me prepare or almost say almost a young coach. And Bayern said it do the Laka stages a Honaya company and so a bread. I don't see a match as a match of equals, but because Bayern all these guys up front and with their pedigree, I think Bayern start that game as favorites.
Okay. My wana yenhwe games so na fi kakrebi on Africa. Omo participation no nso emu kakra. Na yentwa so. And then nyame yad mo china games.
Yeah, my interest was Palmeiras Botafogo game.
Oh, okay.
And so you were here. Botafogo was the team to beat an European opposition for the last time. You won't be say a Southern American opposition, an European opposition was way back 2012 when Corinthians defeated Chelsea. But we had Botafogo beating PSG during the group stages. And Botafogo had brilliant performances. It was just unfortunate, said the last game Muluzu against Atletico Madrid. And that one stands as the only game a Southern American team and River Plate Monsu defeated before say move free. But it's been very good for Botafogo. For me, I think they will have to depend on how they are going to match up with that young boy Estevao. If they're able to make sure some marking out, I said Botafogo should be good to go. So for Inter Miami PSG, a very difficult amount.
I'm a here for
Inter Miami.
Okay.
Because yes,
so be a more dog chance.
Yeah, be a more dog chance. Be a more dog.
Be any more dog chance. But me, I go beyond group stages. But
they are there. So they are going because of the experience of Lionel Messi and the likes of Luis Suarez, more ingenuity, more dishemo. But I am demo any no more. They've also been unsung heroes. But any shade those youngsters or more within the setup no because omo needing. And after that game against Al Ahly, omo goalkeeper no save so a man even winning the MVP man of the match. But after meeting Ali, after beating Porto, and also this Porto team is probably one of the lowest Porto teams I will say over the years. In that state or not in that stage, and also drawing with Palmeiras. That was the game I felt for me Inter Miami did marvelously well because they were even leading before Palmeiras added 2 goals. Paulino Mwebe Tete Kanomani Beye 2-2 and more Mutiminya that draw no. But winning the real test against PSG an all-around side. Against an all-round side, and especially when Dembele, one of their informed players, is back. Vicha Varasfilia has been phenomenal in this competition. Half of the goals in Seju or contribute to PSG or journey this FIFA Club World Cup no. With the likes of Vitinha and the likes of all the other guys deep in midfield no. Ubeka Fabian Ruiz mo Seju. I think it's very, very difficult for Inter Miami. I see PSG
very
going through.
Difficult
I see PSG going through.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah. There is something catching my attention in the Club World Cup. That is how the Brazilian clubs are faring in the Club World Cup. In a competition which we have seen Atletico Madrid, we have seen FC Porto exit. Argentina teams many River Plate and Boca Juniors. But all the 4 Brazilian teams are still in the competition. ask myself, say why? Palmeiras, Fluminense, Botafogo,
Flamengo.
and then Flamengo. They are all there. General, any by accident. Only Brazilian team will go. That was our tournament. We are careful. 3 things that are working for them. One is the weather. Weather, now we are not bow American and easy.
Okay.
Now, no Enzo Maresca complain. He said they were warming up around 37 degrees Celsius. And for them, it's insane weather. But Brazil say
You see reserves no crowd teams we have almost matches in the dressing room.
yes, because the bench we
We are no
are
into almost no dressing room.
the Brazilians are used to that weather.
Yeah.
Into omo okay. America, we are near America or no. We are also the free war. When you say Brazilian league, you know, I think they are in the middle of their league.
13th.
13th.
So we active angaza.
To me, active. Normally, Ubo League now do 13th now who picky. But the Europeans Europeans no mabro who fatigue in some of the players. For some of them,
we are man for Chile.
General, we have no more 1 week near there. That's how 1 week near man boys in yeah, no 1 week in mono.
Yes.
Almost are there big honum no. Easy. And it gives the Brazilian some level of advantage. The fact that they are coming straight away from the middle of the season into this. And then another thing is, and there's one monitor Brazilian league now, a lot of foreign coaches in there. A lot of foreign coaches. I think so 2 of them are foreign coaches. Palmeiras, they were Ebe Ferreira from Portugal. And then Renato Paiva of Botafogo is also a Portuguese. Even Luis Felipe, our coach, Flamengo, no, the backroom staff in free Spain. And there are a lot of foreign influx in terms of coaching in Brazil. And a Brazilian league, you know, say Sika Bempa. And young one was say, yeah, a lot of them. Memphis Depay, Mumnia, they are doing in so, but a Club World Cup currently. Now share Brazilian side, you're careful. I'm sure, say, the likes of Flamengo, Ebema Bayern Munich a good run for their money. International should be ready for Fluminense. It's not easy for them.
Ah, well. Yen was the Africa interest, you know, a surprising mubia, say, WAC of Morocco, Esperance, Ali, Mamelodi Sundowns, Obiant me, Uncle beyond the group stage. Now, your teams be a much more qualified time, you know, much me a qualifier. A surprising one, village King Kong, and now Mugu Africa.
I had no window King Kong.
But who can't man go beyond the group?
I had no window King Kong. General, in Miami or your host nation, it be a host in Semuba Buana Kakra. But share a team, I think the strongest team was a Mamelodi Sundowns. And no more to me, Alpha. But the good thing is, Omar cash it out big time. You know,
yes.
Omar cash out. Say 11 point. The same Mamelodi Sundowns 12.55 million US dollars. You can $1 million US dollars. So has a club.
I use 1 million. Almost a scadi, but yeah. I want to be 2 million, 1 million. Times 3 million. Cry. I could player back. The bought Champions League Africa. The one I use
you call World Cup or bad the whole country World Cup. CBS Kenya and base 60 million. You call World Cup where we are on my World Cup. Sika near commission is money be 60 million.
That is Ghana.
That's Ghana.
Ghana.
And it's a Ali Kofa 11.5 million. What cash out?
Who is
Michitum say me na make say.
Okay. Me pa say Ghana.
And it's keke.
And say Ghana ye Well, Egypt in football.
But you know, still 11 million US dollars will add a lot to us.
12.5.
Yes. 12.5. And we for Sundowns.
Yeah. No, at 12.5 near Sundowns.
Sundowns. So the bar first.
Yeah.
Ali 11.5. And at Esperance. 12.5. Don't at least with that.
Yeah.
No man also there. Emgasa Jomusi can be part.
On there 9.5.
Omzako did say no. But you know, omo economy is still some massive money. The kind of Bible as say unto those who have more shall be added. Esikafona na ekosu nye sika ne mvo. Esikafona Sundowns omusika, Ali omusika. These are rich clubs and they are the people who are getting more money.
Oh my Juma. Ana
And they're true.
no escalinity one is kind of
Debbie.
be bottom.
Debbie.
Oye ho adwuma.
Oye ho
Ɛna
adwuma,
onye
ne
sika
sika
no
na
mo.
ba more.
Yes. Into my ho adwuma no moko drew FIFA Club World Cup. Unye ho adwuma be no go this car.
Until to those who have,
Yeah.
more shall be added.
Yes.
And it keep going up.
All right. In the fines na semina na o kan ma yen hwe ho kakra ma let Sundowns. You fine on $55,800 dollars. 5 yellow cards. Okay. Inti na eno so eno no Ali e de no e $110,000 Omunya 8 yellow cards. Inti na fans no flares no omo light flares ni ade ni na no enso eka ho ye ba ye waka $200,000 and FIFA says 6 yellow cards and omo breach disciplinary offense and coach ni ade bebre kwa omo flares ni ade no na said na chika no
0.55 go actually in the crab clear abroso.
Okay. Itinya omunso nkwa. Esperance ye fine $120,000. 9 yellow cards. Na and also no.
Okay. Say fine the Sundowns 55,800 no. So since sika enunti the transfer banner to house so
narrow.
Omune new education. Every minute be an meeting every minute be an meeting we are looking at only 40,000 but even no more fine kwa 55
Omo 20 dia can no spread mama
in a meeting the muna calls in them
never na only
only ne kwa ko ba sam bodu so bi anan mi obi anan mi enu say Baby, ni ajia tum 2 hairs are better than one.
But since it's happening,
yeah, because 3 bi wo kra be 10 kabu mi nuru say 3.
So 2 good heads.
2 good hairs
are better than one.
Okay.
Ni trivia mi enu na e pepper table ba ko ya.
Baby tibio wa.
You trivia ya. Be 10 kra nu ba ko de. What examples we are in terms of transfer?
Adarwa be brew mi triu into pimano sawa be bo amia hudu pehesa o kata kura buma
Okay.
3-1
Awa obenya bia train no nya hwe ase
asuni pa de kwa
asuni bi no say esi ni console na mo
Beze me nyate.
trivo ami abi to select be 10 ba ko be chance at ni nyina these are 2 good heads are better than one a twem kwa
2 hairs are better than one
2 heads are better than one twem all right yen to aso awa my mra ho
Sergio
feeling Africa kakra
yeah kitwa bi Sergio Gabaski se kind
oh yes
goalkeeper
yes
Nze no ne ya wono ne o club no National Bank yeah Sergio aba betoja no pa ise
ono ni phone ni e no
we ye omo ne Senegal final no e wo AFCON no so Sergio we move to other team
free national bank this season we ball mo pa
yeah we free National Bank
Okay.
o come modern sport baby a we coin no deal we see Taylor e coin yes e honom na oko
from Zamalek to National Bank.
now to modern sports future
That's a Gabaski on Konechi.
but now when you know all because even though Shanawi are unit saying no dear but so you know so 33 34 no on in am ho
Egypt they were 33 now a goalkeeper will be brave.
yeah Shanawi is almost 36 but he's still playing very well for both the national team and the club side so you ababe to just say Gabaski I'm a key move so you me yase keepers like this ye nya kwan in who mo Europe based on mo exploits so you he was the headliner during the AFCON 2021 of course after session now we pray more after group stages obeji no from the round 16 game against Ivory Coast to the quarter final against Morocco to the semi against Cameroon to the final game against Senegal it has been Gabaski but you the next competition after that AFCON na El Shanawi asaba beji post because El Shanawi has been the captain and also he has been the top marksman in the goal post but you injury on at a point in time age is also catching up even the recent AFCON by penalties and no money DR Congo Moko na Gabaski team penalties nibi so we're making move and or call modern sport future. Said you and Safa Bay or Congress, South Africa Football Association, Omo Bay or Congress. Now said you motions kakra I tabled on the Congress and I cosono. But I couldn't say that Jordan on step aside. Nipa miensa ekonai, including some of the regional associations in South Africa. Obekaya last year, now there were some fraud charges and some corruption cases at a level against the South African Football Association president, Danny Jordan. Ye chini tum later on ye giant. And said, "Yo, mene okasei case no still and that's who ye di and young ye young ma final judgment case so." That's the reason why some of the people within the association feel say even corruption cases are leveled against him in even in a Congress na about no man chair on recusing itself now a different person and chair the Congress na ebe kosono because ni honsem and he can't be obi obete motion on also asem esabewom and apart from enukra. Another motion is to prevent him from seeking another term. Obekai last month or call South African Parliament, almost sports committee. Umubisan say, Mr. President, will you seek for another term and see when the opportunity comes? So opportunity ma dia on say no. And one of the motion on table in the Congress and say, omo pese ye de limit no eto ho. Say obenya presidential term as a Safa bossa. Say it should be 3 terms and it should be more than that. Oko 12 years not just say you leave the scene for a different person to come and take over. Another motion Linda Monyepa mo general secretary say you almost say FIFA grant be aba say you atena. And of course some of the administrative issues are cost nyina say you when yina idea leveled against Danny Jordan. So you despite say our corruption and fraud charges, but check the modern bar Papana Danedy. So you way modern bar or Danedy crown no and amount for a sin about say on free. So imagine if they have some FA president who are not performing. So you know they come up da. But that is the story Eba. And say you Burnley I qualify Eba Premier League no this season. Nantia Ban say Omosu Emeki a chase for the Nigerian international Frank Onyeka of Brentford. Obekaya, last season he went to Augsburg, Echo Ball loan, had a brilliant AFCON during that tournament in Barcelona. Or no any Iwobi midfield partnership, no, now it was solid. A Boama Nigeria, it may reach the finals, unfortunately losing against Ivory Coast, the host nation. He has been a phenomenal player for the Nigerian national team last season. Wabrana Obolon Augsburg. And o free Brentford Echo Ball no say you aboye pa. But Burnley o ma get promotion say you o person more money back into the Premier League. Say you have told you say Rion Sports from Rwanda so Steven Amankona.
Okay.
Yes.
Rwanda.
Yeah, Rwanda. Omo no di second.
Okay.
So the Omonya CAF Confederations Cup slots. So omo make that chase to see whether omo betimi a bring in on board now the Ghanaian 2-time top scorer ebetimi join Rwanda there. Say you that is the information Black Queen so say you almost step up the preparation ahead of the women's AFCON. Ochina omuni Super Falcons ebebo the last friendly na say you I think say be shit team no mukina ahead of the women's AFCON na shall see next week on 5th July say you.
Okay. And so I don't know. Yeah, you come back if you but better more messages in kakra bi on somebody I can na most my drink check kakra hono yeah the atwaso de mamo Kessben television Kessben 3.3 Kessben 2.9 the STV channel 364 Kessben TV Plus Go TV channel 121 nina and afi social media handles are who do no mo monitor programming live general to me bia any baby a ekudru just as our GPL struggles our GPL clubs struggle to make a case for an African championship glory same way our African reps couldn't make any meaningful impact at the tournament because Afranedia or the asuma ma yede aba no Okay, ma yenhwe we and so quickly. Yebebaso. Kofi, ma mensanhwe odi ebiom. After the first group matches, there were many football pundits and fans who started underestimating the ability of European clubs to win the tournament. From all indications, I foresee 2 European clubs meeting in the final and taking the trophy to Europe. Okay, the I drink the aba no. My way and so I say, I'm trying to get my head around the warning or message THB sounded out to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Why? Were Kumasi Asante Kotoko trying to use a different jersey while they have a contract with THB, or within their contractual terms, they could use a different jersey in a post-season match or competition. All right. Now, the Kwame Walcott at the free Redford, UK, and so Abreye, I don't know. BBC our contract, no more. I mean, sure, it's like a TH before about this one and never break Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Yakoba away any other issues, you bet to home and come up. Do me a no, and I pepe jemu. Na holistic news, and so atwaso amain. We call Gentleman Dental Clinic. Na mene Albert Siao Ajiman on the Kasama for Emma clinic no eno atwetwe nkomo kakra. Beto, at say
Yankopon dum say Joe, pacho me ho
the Yankopon ya bibia e kama pa. My interview, they not the brain.
All right, Sergio, said the Dibia Mekan, Ghana for Epewasem.
The Ghana for us.
You tell us on your
Okay.
Ghana for Phyllis Joe.
Yeah, the Ghana for us.
In Jeffrey, Gentleman Dental Clinic, I say, and Master Joe. And they will be beer or tier program, Kessben television, and a Kessben FM. So live, ya no pay, there you can say.
Sure.
Gentleman Dental Clinic, your horse, ye be bow. Na osena egu enum no ye fa eseno mako a ye be bo eseno ho ban na eno so etumi aboawo nti fa ye wo dentist for Judgment Dental Clinic here, or dental clinic. Now visit here because any pe bia no when Timmy Cross say every year bia utumi visit dental clinic 2 times.
Yeah.
Na etumi eboa. Eno no ka ho ma wonum no because se bibi koso a ese se ye hu ntem na yetumi eboa. Obi ko severe problem bi mu anopai bi okra ne se no aye ne yafiti last week anadwo nyina tutu ne sa ma de achen. Because of some information oral education bi a wanya nti oye ne se no anyhow akofa how e de aba na Judgment Dental Clinic say enya hwe ye wo Kumase Bantama Abepo Junction Total Filling Station ho na Judgment Dental Clinic ye wo ye branches no bi nso e wo Accra ye wo branches too ye wo Nungwa main lorry station ho na ye wo Dome Kwabenya Atomic Down roundabout no so me the branches na aka no so ebetudwa ba bia ben ho no ubetumi akọ na e Saturday bo modia ne abusunya no ne mofra no nko na yentumi emoa na oseno emfa ne ntomapa emfra na ene no ye pese ye ne omanfo edi nkomo kakra ye oral education church omanfo because eno na ye ka say about 3.2 billion people worldwide ene ye nipa omoye affected ewo esen ho emu enkwala nkwan 514 million nti ye de ye betumi biase ye betumi amba at least yentumi kran ye beti number no so bebre and nti anope Judgment Dental Clinic say ye pese ye ka tooth structure ana fractured tooth wasem
okay
ye ka fractured tooth ana tooth fracture nia ye pese ye kire ne say obi ohonoma na ne se no problem a abamu no ye say emu no apai cracks aba esenemu ana obi so ohonoma ne se no baby abu ana say obi so ohonoma ne se no baby nso achepo ayeden afri ho
okay
na sane mani nyina ade a one of the common dental problems are ewo enipa bebre so woni nipa bebre kasa na wo hwe ne sena egu nanum a wotum se ne sena ida se baby abu ana se baby apai eno ene ka ne se wanya tooth fracture na fractured tooth na ade a hawa edeba no edoso na emu baako se tooth trauma ye ka tooth trauma se bia obi anya akwanhia se bia okobobo ko bia koye body contact sport bi ana obi epra no ana se bia accident ana onyae ana otehweye ana obi accidentally ana bia adwumam bibi ebo ne sene so ama ne se no eso no abu ana se crack aba beda esene mu ana se esene baabi afa ana se apone eba ne saa no a aya na ama e de how bebree abrɛ enipadua no sanse ese no se bibi to no saa no a eno so react to the body ti either say obenya teeth sensitivity ebi kura to minya pain na okomu ni ade na obi susu hono ma ne de ne ye bruxism ye ka bruxism a oye chese otwere ne se na eye suban ya na esubi a etai related to nkwala any teens mo but obi ho no ma ni mpanin fie so no bo ne de ne bi a certain medication bi na ma no saa
otwere ne se ne de
ɔwe ne se
black man de chem so black man de bi okay black man de chem so okay
all right anti eba ne saa na ɔtwere ne se no na eputu pressure ɛwɔ enamel no so maka sɛ ese no ɛyɛ layers miensa nti de edwira ho no yɛ enamel ni dwumadie ne sɛ ɛwesa aduane a ɛden ti na nyankopɔn ma no yɛ dendenden atumi abreki enoma ɛden na ɛno so atumi ama digestion so take place but apart from that na ɛwɔ hɔ nso sɛ ebe protect other layers na ɛwɔ ɛsene mu no especially the next layer to aso ne friend dentin no and the central portion of the tooth ɛsene finfin na ɛyɛ pulp na ekuta ɛsene ɛyɛ ɛsene akoma no enti enamel no wɔ hɔ as a shield enti sɛ o twerɛ wo sen no na o hwe wo sen na o ka ne sinisi so na o twerɛ ne sen sa na enamel no astarte na ehi sa no na ama the next layers no ye exposed sɛ o sen so ehi a na afebu okra na ne de na aye ntientia ka ne no na ne sen no bi o si so na ne sen ye kama na wo wa kama pa but ne sen no aye ntientia all because of say o twerɛ ne sen no ha adwene yi enti judgment dental clinic say o sa problem ni bia bomodia na ko ho dentist you see there is no a medication there is no remedy bi any wa obetumi aya ebetumi ama ese no asa akoba se ekoba no sa no a na afa so eno so tooth decay enso tumi de tooth fracture so edeba so obi ho no ma ne de ese no eso bu prekope because of ebia accident bi but when ne de bacteria na wa release acid na gu ne se no so no nti acid na start ewewe ese no nti ko start a na esene mu start na ebubo entokro nti afi eteme wia na afi ese no efa no nyina awe e di free ho all right na ade a in fact ha adwini bebre your numbers a obetumi afre si so 055 913 95 82 ana 0549 906 588 nti se oti kamu na utie ebia wo baby bi a utie program ni bia no Gentleman Dental Clinic sorry a obetumi afre but mo amohwe television no numbers no e display e wo screen so bo mo de ne fa numbers no na efre ye na yentumi emmoa ye wo niema bebre a ye betumi aye e de aboa ye wo qualified doctors because meka say obi e wo hono mo ne se no aye sa but nim na onim obu okra onim se bia esena ayesa no ye obibi a ebetumi ayafa ho eni nti na ye encourage am for say pay regular visit our dental clinic na yentumi emwa na eseno because ye ho say ye bema osiri like obetumi anya confidence na onso wetumi because eseno say problem eba ho sa no a oni obi kasa eye wo sen na ohwe nti obi wono ma sanesene yesa obisa na semo na ase o hana ana obi susu ho no ma ne de no baby na achip afri ho na eba na sana bia ebo ade so prekope no eno ema animu no tumi ye sharp na aye nananam te se de knife sekan ye sharp no enti se all kasa ana odidi no enam se animu no ye sharp sa nti no na astart na etwitwa ne tang no enti ama edidie kran so ye problem especially odi aduane a mako pepe kakra ewo mu a na ama no abeye anti food ye pepper die on pese obeko ho kra all because of the ketchemano problem astarte about because of sa esena atwitwa no na we mu nyina eye niema eye bibia eye esen na se esen so ebetumi afa ne ntoma pafra oba Gentleman Dental Clinic and Saturday ye adwuma from Monday to Saturday even holidays nyina ye adwuma enti bomode ane bra akonya wo ho se eye sikasemo a ye betumi de wato payment plan so na yama wakwanya ma watua no enkakra na ama wo so se no afa ne ntoma pa e de fra na se wo sa hawi mu bia obo okra ne de ne crack no enye obvious enti ebia wo hwe ne se ne kra wo hu se crack ewom gi se okotwa x-ray x-ray report no na be inform say ne se no cracks ye den ewom obu a ne kra ne de ne ye dompe wie opɛ dompe pa nti dompe na always any hard objects na ɔde ne se no ebubom no na ne se no mu akrake but ɔno ankasa no ɔnhui nti ama wɔnya teeth sensitivity ne se no efemfem no obi de atumi toa so 20 seconds eba hwim sana ɛda so efemfem no nti or change toothbrush or toothpaste or change mouthwash still a problem no as long as say dentin no aye exposed na bibi aka ne de wo se no gise o de back clinic na doctor eye ho adwuma e de ma wo na eno so etumi aboa because de bia me ka say obu okra ne de no start ya che na edidi mu akodu dentin se akodu pop ni mu se ono de no kra de oti pain awo ne sinimu eye ne ya but oha na pain no ejai say pain ni jaya no no so one relax but it is better say obeti pain no than say unti pain no because pain no na inform you eboa mo hu say ese no problem be dey ewom because sometimes you know especially say involve pop na say unti pain na by the time when beba on so no nyo bi a u pay regular visit dental clinic ubon say ebeba no na o pop no tissues ni nyina na emoa no edidi mu nyina na asai ana eba na sanso a bacteria to me ewura cracks ni mu na tembia no na omu edidim ana eba na sanso a na the problem kese the abre eseno na ame wankasa wo confident no ekofom bra Judgment Dental Clinic ye betumi aye bonding the amount bonding ye cosmetic procedure ye betumi aye na yatoa esena abu no so no yatoa so na ye ne nyina aba be size obu ane de na aye damaged nti de edro no gise ye kapo eseno na ye crown no nti ye crown esena na che say ye de bibi foforo hye eseno so na ya edia betoa so say de be ya ebekwakwye te say de kane no na etie no ana say in cases be like say akọ affect pop na dia gise ye RCT different root canal therapy no na ye yi artificial natural pop na the artificial one ehim na afeso so say aside dia was say ye replacement ye be two esene be extract esene no ye wi ani ya replace no with a new one na ama oseno afa ne ntoma pa e de fra Judgment Dental Clinic numbers a 055 913 9582 055 913 9582 and 0549 906 588 0549 906 588 phrase sia na yentwetwe nkomo na question bi wo ho asembisa bi wo ho a direction bi yebema yeda mo ase pa
yensu yeda mo ase papa mon friend numbers no na mo ne Judgment Dental Clinic company for any enkomo na time bia oseno regularly ko na ko check ni enyem adwuma emfa ema ona sin we yemfa eni agro kra all right my ento so local stories no na eto so say na otwemu ni nyina no ensamben na yedidi hu enkomo nkra bi wo wa ti hu kakra a opesen ka wo de ho message bi eba na yehwem kakra de ema edoso Kumasi Asante Kotoko nyina anim se omudo woni eba bekere South Africa no mo akobo Toyota Cup no omo ne Kaizer Chiefs na ebeshia Kumasi Asante Kotoko assign 5 players Aziz Haruna, Zakaria Fuseni, Opon Owusu, Francis Akwa and Hubert Joe. We nominate 5 players at Kumasi Asante Kotoko assign omo. You can say bebo mode na players ya teams no essence sign omo no. Say bia mumu bi an sheda ma omo ni an ma omo su ye an steady omo enhu omo ya. Ye shas ye ene ye be hwe players na teams no essence sign omo no. Said the omusi ball modi ankasa ntino ene minimpa se andi edi ye be fa bim ya he place kro na mo movements no mo touches eno mbibia kakra okay sanso and the Black Queens omo prepare for WAFCON no na under 20 omo preparation for WAFU zone A tournament no zone A and B Kumasi Asante Kotoko Gold Stars a confirm say omo ebebo omo Africa ombeko Africa na menyane ntie say National Sports Authority omni Kumasi Asante Kotoko company for ni Gold Stars company for ebeshia na kwankro ombefa so a ombeboa ma so 2 clubs no enso asi omo akan Andy me nya ntie enso say group of companies be free Arab world omo eba na omo aba be renovate your stadium ni nyina asem papa o the meeting no the meeting no yes yes the meeting no say Accra Sports Stadium, Kumasi Sports Stadium, afi Cape Coast, Esipon, Tamale. Na kase omo free Arab world na eba there a group of companies bi omo ba be renovate ni nyina de ama Ghana. Na ehun popo ye beba later. Nyina no ye beti ho ensem. Enti omo pese nka 2 clubs ni nyina no. Omo bo omo games no se Kumasi na omo pese omo bo no a omo beba na fe omo abe renovation pa titru pitch no and the dressing rooms ni kaka no amasa clubs no
before omo dey abo omo competition
yes,
Africa competition
Africa for Africa competition no kotoko ni Gold Stars no mo etimi abo Gold Stars choose Accra because Accra there was a CAF agya to marry because of Black Stars games na e bo no ho no we say Accra supposed to pitch no come up out
but you know
omo ye ni ye pa de onu say nyanye Kumasi ntum
yes they are right
omo ko choose
omo you right but say prelims in there say Joe
yeah
prelims in there say anenye hu bia
enye hu but sila na just register the say the
mutum but it goes out for more point because already no say baby ya dia to
yes
obvious
baby
but they need to play it at the Baba
yeah intina NSA person share om nyina na omo hwe kwankro me fa so om be ye Kumasi Sports Stadium no pitch no ne dressing rooms na de nyina no enso de ama omo intia ye nya enso no all right yanko na enu free ho Ghana Football Association ama Accra Hearts of Oak up to Monday say sika omo de to omo so efa ajetin sense no 20,000 Ghana cedis no by Monday na omo atueska no de ama FNO sanso na clubs bebrebe show interest including foreign clubs Razak Simpson Kumasi Asante Kotoko Hearts of Oak omo nyina no show interest enim say foreign clubs be free Romania Albania Algeria omo nyina no show interest ewo abrantie yi enso emu Hearts of Oak enso ko Nigeria ko tournament no omo so ko akobosa tournament no details ni ade nyina no ehun sensem no dinkan apia ya twetwe ho enkomo dada Galka omo a presented Hearts of Oak omo jerseys de omo be yusu ewo president cap no emu na emu ho no na THB awoni Kumasi Asante Kotoko so omo nim no mo de sa jersey no Galka de ebre omo no say omo de kobo presidential cap na president cap na omo nim ade a omo ne Kotoko ebeye. All right. Enra enso Kumasi Asante Kotoko officials Asia NCC no National Circles Council edin sempi etu omanim efa Kumasi Asante Kotoko club no ho fabu census no sensem NCC elections no ho ensensem justice play say baby abefa bia ne ho nsem ho discussions koso na fe players omo free Asante Kotoko ni omo a omba be ka ho ni nyina no mpedifo no ene NCC no mpanifo edi ho enkomo am say yedin kan atwetwe we so kra ho enkomo dada Steven Amankuna $100,000 and edan so say ama club free Rwanda APA omo show interest ewo Amankuna enso emu aduana de players ato transfer 12 players the omanim haidi na say omo jabebre kwan 12 and menya ntie so omo de omo to transfer na omo so any adwumakobia from Jagri Bekala Mining Limited and so sign omo and asisi omo ever be sponsor aduana Stars and Yasam Kitu Accra Gold Stars and so assigned players almost I say assigned players for Africa Emmanuel Ajeni Boateng ono edinka kwako sign the ama Gold Stars Hearts of Oak and so new edubiase up to Monday so mbesa no machi abiub sela no tiase nyanya adwuma efa payment plan no eho
we can meetings now here
o say
we do big and what is one more meetings now
na sesika no ombetuma piano back one asenga meetings in na hu ya amuntu
Meeting
meeting
ente so
samre ya iso na mind you omoye recruitment ni na be involve sika pa.
That's true.
Yes, intino
Hasn't so the omo here players.
yes omo here players. Okay, intina the ensaka no did the SSI or the before some go did this so me hu pato the message be ewa I wish the camera will always be on your panelists because I'm really hurt to see you wearing the jersey of Yanom and you wearing it makes it very nice, but Heart of Folk jersey would be nicer on you because of your color. Pato lani service Pato ne uno.
Pato na across her this ya chepa.
Me who the last time I did a picture about social media also has this. Yes, that be access be the show.
We say be at time.
Yes. Into you ba come me there. Efe pa me kai osesi be bre me jersey be. Heart of Folk jersey. Oba studio ha no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, bre me Heart of Folk jersey but na susa. The has place ne shana bi no the buy. Kete mitikura na jersey ne enko.
No slim.
Yes. Intina and also I don't know. All right. Gatchesburg and so the way about Afa Jersey. Hey, Heart of Folk way. How can I buy this Asante Kotoko jersey as a birthday gift to my dad without Kotoko receiving the cash? And Gatchesburg Papa did the birthday.
Ooh.
Yes.
And then Papa Kotoko.
The Papa Kotoko die hard Kotoko. And then the banner at Tiafa baby sano. We Gatchesburg Papa. The Hundo TVC or your Gatchesburg Papa. Yes. Very nice guy. Inti na Gatchesburg ni Papa and so and no Mr. Prince Dako. Na osi ope Kotoko jersey no akakamo na ope kwa bafa so obeto jersey na skanu nko Kotoko fo ana tie bia na Kotoko fo.
Ni onko wia.
It is onko wia.
Ni wia ni echi na boy be bunu.
Inti I don't know. Yeah, we say Papa happy birthday, Mr. Prince Dako. Wa kwala your program you on friend dia grow cra. Has su kuno. In the jersey it is onko wia and they kwin da ho. All right, my mama ho na ye I'm trying to get my head around the warning or message THB sounded out to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Why? Well, Kotoko trying to use a different jersey whilst they have a contract with THB or within their contractual terms. They could use a different jersey in a post-season match or competition. Greetings to my family back in Kumasi or Ghana. Kwame Walcott, Redford, UK, and the way bred.
You know, my main fell last message, I think that at some point in time, I say, you blame me, Kotoko, a bit unfairly. Gaka de took Kotoko for him. Say, Oma Yejisi for the tournament. And up in Krana course our meeting. Na minister for him paying for being so. Inti then on an up in Krakachi, Omo Kotoko, Omo sponsor. But they want to first visit the contract involving them and the Kotoko and THB, and also consult THB if THB permits Amobe Sharma Gaka for the President's Cup. In Muyaya, I'm told, send an app in Cradimon. A honor, Omuba, and Omuko consult THB.
Here for consulting.
Kotoko for no. Eko Kachrom say, near Gaka for President's Cup no Mobebono. Omo catch them and say the organizers aye JC into Kotoko for and necessary motion. Na nyembia TH before ebepine ana.
Okay.
And a TH before refer omo to a clause in their contract which forbids them. It's see omo coin say omo be to me ashesa JC no.
Okay.
And it's not like Kotoko Air Force so of person she we know. And it's also not like Kotokonuna or Peso Ubune Mrasu. But when Gaka told them, yes, elsewhere somebody would have been straightforward and emphatic, no way into me yet. But Nana, as he is in the midst of the whole thing, didn't give his word, so Besha announced one. He wanted to consult. So upon consultation, a THB write it back to him, say it is not permissible per the contract they have. And I know, say, Kotoko has communicated, or I don't know, say, Kotoko has communicated to Gaka, say they can't wear it. Now, what the situation is.
Because one outdoor has a folk there, no?
Yes.
A Kotoko there.
Yeah. To me outdoor. Maybe a break bar will try and then cross check. say Kotoko decision finally in the midst of a warning from THB, you know, what has been their decision.
Okay.
And the good thing is that, like we have said earlier, THB and Siomu Kwan Keke Siomu Omu Show. Omasa a special anniversary JC. That's how they are moving.
Yeah.
Anna initially was for the club, but Omu decided say once the club is going to wear, some fans may want it.
Okay.
And don't forget, said next season JC Nebeba. So this one they only did 100 specifically for some 100 special fans.
Okay.
To wear it on the day. So I don't think say see a new Kotoko be brave say.
Omo decided say.
Omo take a decision.
Omo Galka Jesse no.
Yeah.
Okay. But upon consultations, Kotoko NATHB Galka finally THB say Kotoko enche no THB Jesse.
Yes, sure.
In the omuntimi enche Galka Jesse.
No way.
They can Kotoko ajatum so
Uji
this on better too.
Until I make no money optional.
Okay.
But
right.
maybe like I told you, break bar. I'll find out.
No, we crowd here. Any idea so called consult to crowd. We any idea. As a Galka, a busa, no. Straightforward.
You know, I made the broader picture of the whole thing.
We who be many way you could share the way you could share.
The broader picture of the whole thing. Gaka for no mama. So mbese sika ye Jason ewie. Ansani ya bedin komo wi. Mone Kotoko has a share several times. Enti eba mu team se mbekọ akoye Jason no. Mo ne omo ani nkita ho amisa wo mo. Ama mu de sika akoye Jason awie. Afa ne ye di sa
ko. As you say. Now, key sponsor Ben and Ben McQuine says such an important game. Our calendar is no. Or Kokoshe me. It's unheard of.
Sometimes I ask myself, say, which money is being used for these things? A Gaka Fosika, a president, or Minisika, and Omudiko, yes, I deal with Anna.
Okay, and the Andy Mammy mentions him from through. Oh, now the Namika says players, no, near one team pen over here.
You start with Kotoko.
Start with Kotoko. No problem.
And gather videos in here.
Okay, but me, my players, so Diana assigned so far. Diana Stars, Stephen Kwachi, or a right back. Almost signing from Vision FC.
Okay.
Stephen Kwachi. Sanso and a Patrick Mensah, also a left winger. Almost signing from Vision. Godfred Boachi. And so yes, or a central midfielder. Almost signing from Vision. More Vision power. And a Gregory Obeng, only a goalkeeper from Chelsea.
Hey, Gregory Omeri.
Yeah.
Me who news in
Okay. Until players are doing and so assigned so far.
Na keeper no dama Chelsea na anu ya yo.
Oh, okay. Until information I mean say can see no. Yentwaso.
Okay. Well, I mean, you know, me say videos now already at Tony Mummy Yanko, but say do me what's the Kotoko has in Razak Simpson and then is an organ.
Sana me kai.
Kotoko the Razak Simpson here.
Oh, you know.
Said you almost other areas are best strengthen.
Sir.
Oh, said you was what was a career? Oh, Jose Fablo. Oh, Samba. Oh, Henry Ansu. Almost the Razak Simpson here.
Okay.
Says Cano. On betting their strengthen other areas.
Like
wins. Number 10. Striker that comes in with a different profile.
Okay.
Because already the centre back row, it's flawed.
Okay.
I'm not saying that Razak can never be more ana onimbo. That is not what I'm saying. But so Razak, you pay more than $100,000.
Sure.
It is a joke, $100,000 no. So the track and acquire bonten crowd, obeti me players are $50,000 million bomb be upgraded the Kotoko side. Enti Kotoko die said you almost that upon guy eba capital me do akwa on the side. Whether left or on the right, we most of the videos now or pretty from the right. The former Johnson Owusu.
Okay.
On all the videos and I ready no. So I ready a moment. 19 artists no boy said you or no
and
what's it? Or a former dreams player of Kazakhstan and Aba.
Okay.
Liga no ball on na general Obono.
Okay.
Into or a player or most of the game no. Obehuna from the right side of the attack. They're a friend number 7, you know. A hold on Obehuna. Now I'll bring all the qualities as a winger. Okay, the ball, yeah. Very good. Look at the step over. Said you why a dear goalkeeper and film. And Sana, Otimi Abobono, a Timi Ashe from that side. And said you to say the American the game no on the right side in Pempi ni far so ho e na obehu say odi ni game no nyina free ba and said you we from the right again and on san share goal no free eti Kotoko enya a new number 7 to say the American so when the game model na be a right side and who say oh pretty few said you know we was happy ball no and we taking 2 players on and one side shoot 2 ball no actually very powerful into the game model no nyina or the right one in Pimpi no who say o chepark ni mienu a the bia or the right side of the pitch no e hon who say Abrantie we OC Naka
but right footed
oh yes or right until we send free right wa into typical number 7 ni games no do na unhu so move ko left onye omo ko right ko yeho yi no ma ko left ko yeho yi mostly unhu say the way so o move from the right into the game model no nyina ho no from the right and Savranko said you can we were caught for the left foot and on the end unhu say clearly ni shooting abilities no the ball striking skills no was so o when the goals na o hye nyina and you goals abeka say odina goalkeeper ni na wa bo ahye but a goals a obeka say ogina akire na wa hit ball no etimi ede ato atenamiti mostly the games ni nyina no or a player abeka so skillful hebe how was he taking the defender on as an abobo na and this one to move from the right and look at the cut in passer odiama player no so etimi abo ahye ewo ho ntini game model no de said so pese ohu Abrantie a waba Kotoko ya Johnson Owusu a na chese the right side of the Kotoko midfield no right wing ho no ho na obetimi ehu Abrantie a ye friend Owusi and so nti new player Kotoko de na ba no Mickey Bon interview no so brebia no na opesu si akande ma Kotoko and this is a perfect opportunity for him nti Kotoko na a new right winger and again when the pace of the nam line and how oye integral from the right side of this particular team. It is a do and no nti I think somebody I call the net video. Yes, or a rasta. Okay. Or a rasta. Nti I had your bar left. On one the crowd I had your bar left. And you know I had your bar left. In and out and our team I hit the ball and clearly pace, skill, ball striking said was as I hit the ball no ewa. Nti clearly who said Sanya Mamiam some we a common game name Mrika and ultimate hit the ball no and Osashi goes and then the Yama Albania from the game. We are the left-sided defender Kotoko Edina Bado Abrantie friend Francis Aqua or no and a crab no from Bechem United or no from Bechem United said you no Akobo Bono etimi Asheno only the new left backer Kotoko assigning from Bechem United. Wabo Bechem United for 4 seasons and wabo Bechem United ono end the ball ne corner from the left. Now said you ono wa fit into a 3-back plan of Kofi Abesima and then Osaiko 4 and then Aaron SL. Time on mobile 3-back no he was still operating as a left wing back and this is over the lives of your champion Ofa Abdullah now can Regan Boatina on back 4 no Osa excelling very well from the left side as a left back et said your corner he defends and then attacks very very well but okay most of the videos now the balls skill no and then attacking instinct no and the attribute no and then who ball nti empepia so who say Bechem United dominate who say or the left side am at the player no ball left wing rather cut it in and no and who most of the videos now said you omutimi nti still it is Francis Aqua on your screen na onu ne kura ball no from the left side said you or the ball no air nti onu the new left backer onu na said you watimi a place ball no e the ball no etimi ato atena oye Kumase boy atonsu boy na wakobo Bechem United ya said you or the abakoto onu ne kura ball na or the kono e wo soro ho na okati nyina ball no ababi said you nti onu so Francis Aqua a new left back Obabe competed with one of the best left back in the Ghana Premier League. And last season, Obia who said, "Enam se Sudan in the co in Intino. It do baby Patrick I say do a break cra. Said you on one and elbow or play an obo free kick or ball corner kicks or defend it or attack it, channel of supply and also creative for the team nti say onye obi say at least games ni bi wa coach kura be manage no na or the trusted and experienced player ono ne kura ball na or dey kɔ no na ono so wa man chance amanabo say the player player no ebetimi ahome again it is Francis Akwai on your screen and said you ono a na e dey ekɔ ohwe so a ne ho so ha ne na say ha say ball ne agifi hwɛ so no see the ball ne kɔ clearly who say a player ne na say ha defensively and attacking wise or betimi offer more to Kumasi Asante Kotoko. The Akane or no the opportunity I won after all these years because last season no Kotoko Raiders so and I know Sika no me atono seneso and awama and this time Otimia Baby P mo Kotoko aseju and also eyo ono the game ti ono na board no eda sukran both defense and the attacking area no Abranti I fed Francis Akwa and said you look at his ball movement and only ade ba ko a obetimi e de akai no iye pa. It is still on your screen. It is Francis Akwa Enso Ewo. Or a left back. Yes. Or a number 3. Or a number 3 na make us say we fit into the 3 back in the olden days of Beche United. Abraham Mo Ero SL Kofi Abesema and then Oseko 4-3 back on and about the left wing back. And this is into Regan Boateng on the right, no Abo on the left side, Yawo Champion and Abdullahi as the 4 back line Obihuno from the left side. It is a do on one of the game no aircon.
That's why I enjoy power moving forward.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
From the left.
Yes. It is very few occasions and I will say or a chida to say we are be a step over Sawadibo and friends. Mostly who say or when you more and or you'll be on the board the travel. Anytime be obajibo be as you who say or ban him and clearly who's showing skills on the field of play and then only idea or the bread Kotoko setup no. The Akadi as do we videos I compile from the games I watch me about in the Ghana Premier League for 4 good seasons for Bechem United. The Akano so betting me about own team more obey discipline obey fit into the plan a coach and on one general a bit me decided the Aka. The last one who be Joe for Bricum Chelsea. Or only Abrantia or the screen sweet. Said you and will be the message by Sanka Samba boat 6. Now I bought Emmanuel Entry and then Joe as double 8 and Quebec working very well. So she had teams in home games you bet me a bomb and I work it, but in Africa in away games a better thing. Say you say offer who be Joa coach etimi you soon 10.
On Anna's red circle.
Yes, only player now
player can say one Anna red circle
and one. Or a player coach bet me you soon 8 and 10. Only Abranti now crab or a ball left pass at the abane asset. Or a skillful but an asset by range of passing. A brave bones about the Conwani crab volley, the passing abilities, and the retentional play ball new crowd out to me ball buying, and only the Abe who won the game in power, or Timmy crab ball, or Timmy pass the distribution. Yeah, baby, as soon as on your BOC or Pierre Babaje Bono, and said you have on your screen, or no also crab ball on your player, say ball cranny player now or tete, or Pierre Babaje Bono, a bomber. Ni team no enya bibo se ni team ni pese control game na baby at the tempo ni nyina on na kire baby a game no intimi nko nti who beje any player na osisi a only player na okura ball no and say jo hwe ha obesi a display see look at the pass or the ama nti ebre bia no of search out for the spaces the pocket of spaces in midfield no ono na making sure so obetimi ahwehwe na otimi a control game tempo no ama ni team na nya bi nso etimi abo how both left and right in Yinano, Otimi Eyusu, at the map pass in my BBA team Ekoyi, game no attacking area who saw game no the defensive area who saw a boss to boss that convert very, very well and play make very, very well in midfield. Odimbo Nikraso in a 4-1-2 or 4-1-3-2 Bricum Chelsea team, almost a baby and almost attack now. Or not any team direct game ni Emma game ni C2 omo and he progressed the ball very very well and only idea obehu ewo Abranti efen hu bejewa obe Kumasi Asante Kotoko e brebi abon se circulatory obehu ahia bia no na hu bejewa adwane Kotoko no e na ye kan ho asem nti se jo the odeba to the Kotoko team no one obe control the tempo of the Kotoko midfield said the Kotoko game ni besi akọ whether say be slow e be ko kese game ni be ko right e be ko left onu na e ba be say adwuma no na wasa aboa kotoko to dominate opponent say team no entimi nya ball ni bi mu a ono na betimi age ball na gina so distribute ball no ama obi anya bi nso atimi abo say game no kire omo na say omo po obi am na be ye the first phase of the build up because pivot no any that the skill no to control proceedings no and that obe hold up very very well only the first phase of the build up obetimi apia ayi ne ho aba beje ball no age akọ distribute e dey ama attackers no eno ne ade a ode ba to the Kotoko team. In previous years, you can talk about Akufu, you can talk about Jordan Opoku, but Akufu stays so deep, unlike Hubejawu, it's the game. The profile is similar to Emmanuel Entry, but way in close range, way more skillful than Emmanuel Entry on the ball. And it's a joke. And only a dear Branty, Edebre, Kotoko. The Acadie, a Yonoa.
If it work as a competitor, a bit more intimate road, a bit more.
Yes.
Yeah.
But again, two different players for one position. The intimate no de beber on win team farmer.
To say the
intimate no dia hoodeni and the disrupting of opponent play.
Okay.
Or say opponent in the ball. No. If Justice Blay is around and intimate is around, it implies that the player will play as number 10.
Okay.
You have two certain players almost protect your back line. Intimate no team sa ball no de bananim. But it drew tight zone. Baby, I want to any ball, no, any ball in free. The first phase of the board upon farmer. A woman's own in pass it, but a dear or the ball and an ability to battle with opponent.
Okay.
Who bet you any be? Who bet a more of a distributor than a battler?
Wow. Yet more ebe bro nyame aduma a draw between 1 and 2. Players na teams no signing nyina na ebo modern na as many as possible ebe pe omo profile no na ya kire omo omo touches ni movement ni nsem bebrebe free adwada enso eko. All right, Spain Burger the players ni be coming home free Adriana Stars na say they are done with Adumakun from Accra Lions too. When you home baby Andy Adumakun from Accra Lions, Adriana, and I feel Kwame Adum from Pong has also returned to the club from Ethiopia.
Oh,
yes.
Me on a Sunday, no, but
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. You are being told by Spain Burger say, yeah, Spain Burger, Sisi Mude. All right. Nidiba kono. Usman Sonko ran a commentary. All right. Thomas Accra. Tommy, I say, hey, Osan the assembly. As we say, I discussed the whole of last week. Good morning to you and everyone. Please, I want an up in Grand Commercials and Tico management to handle Justice Blay's issue very well, because Justice Blay has won many commercials and Tico supporters' hearts. And I don't know the reason why our coaches don't know how to manage players. This is the reason we call them coaches, and elsewhere we call them managers, because they know how to manage players in certain situations. It's time we as Antikotoko learn something from our mistakes. That's why I have a problem with Karim Zito on sacking a player like Blay, on sacking players like Blay, Minta and others. Please tell Kilentua FC in Accra to pay Edubiasi in full just to get peace of mind. Tommy, G-Tech, Accra, and Apejawi, and so the Abrayang. Man for say still. But I catch yourself, Kumasi as Antigua technical team, no, almost say, any plans, Emma Justice Blay, next season.
I don't know, Justice Blay season, management and not technical team.
Both.
I'm told the coach wants him.
Both.
Sir.
Yes.
The meaning to coach Pedro.
And this are.
Sir.
Yes. And this are both.
Okay.
Na nature say omu nyina feel say what torment you watch it. Until enough is enough. Oma tolerate no ache. Time bia no nema oye no bi beka ho. O promise say obesisa but the obeye no a chain de why you may have trained so and I warning or almost my bread. Obey a bad influence a war team no more. Examples on the intimate Emma Baby, own in ya.
Some so dear gross will be convince you.
Yes,
end up destroying.
And in Rana Jono, enough briefing to say, narrow a dose.
You go to the level, say some players are threatening, say if he stays,
yes,
they will leave.
Yeah, a dozen. No man a cosu or camp one, and that's some to a crowd. Pipe now. Between unknown other players. Yeah, come on, the interesting. Broye brewe, my buy a bromano, a baba chomuko to sell, Kotokomuko Billy, no, baba, the same thing to say a dosso do. And Tomo Phil say, the performance and to say, Umpusomu Janaquay. Now, omunim the performance, no, omunim city. But the other side, no more. Oh my, yeah. Or the big home every day. They come back to 2 years narrow. Yes.
Oh, tell me, yeah, briefly, it's somebody I personally like.
But having seen so, can say, you can see a Tiboy in the society.
No,
so I could have be official.
So I give myself a certain side. Why I can boy in the side? Why not? I ready. So we'll be my the platform.
So Zaranko Yenzo, I said yes,
yeah.
You also a rich boy new who decide because story.
So can he do that? Will he be ready to talk to you?
Yeah, expand the assembly.
Yeah.
Will he be ready to talk to you?
Yeah, do no side in Tintimin Casonia Narusobeka because a brave be assemble 2 players. One side from the management. Yen 2 players at the other, and year 1, and year 2, and year 3. That has always been the routine. Inti yen answer I said yes, yes, you also see a rich player near the side of the story. Nobody is saying the Kotoko people are lying or Kotoko officially about Abekasi. But story briefing from the side of management, any technical team. Boy and Ankasa side you never.
And you say who say why would a player like Blay Kotoko management Obeko Africa? Boy ninye di omuso okay. Boy nintiti omuse ni omuke. Ne chinchiro mbeka so mbejane kwa. Why would they do that?
Okay.
And then ebe mu mayesa I say Blay boy oboma omu and in the utility. Now Obeko Africa be here experience ni adi. Na sa player uwa. And then ebe mo ayo say umfanyi player bi abo no now this asem be share that to no so no apam.
Sevanko, I know there it is a lot of factors. Okay. It is even possible class will be favorite about Oba or not. It is possible.
Will be favorite,
yes, it is possible.
Our favorite in the bar.
When they say possible, no, say we speculation.
The question in the say.
And I mean,
then the Bemako management player or money na train fee be no more saying. Bono or Boma or be any fans and general be Brigidi so a fans favorite, which I agree. No Mobeka say. Sa player no Yebeko African experience na the chinchina wonko. Why would they do that if indeed near it and the seniors are net? A then part of Beman painful say be deciding an up in Cramnia that it's a
player performance.
Yebeka so the fans and they too much money to me. Why would they do that if really there's nothing bothering them?
Okay. And my mama answer back say it is possible.
So be playable.
It is possible. Number 2, Sadio.
Okay.
The can a dear soon a necessity for the contract renewal. See that's the blue 1 year.
With the hope said Obesa. With the hope so
and I'm saying Justice Blaze Subana
nobody
decided I mean cancer we go ya cancer. But say you a player on 1 year, on 2 years, on 3 years. The contract no. Kotoko renew the contract.
With the hope so Obesa.
I said you 3 years. So bad influencer 3 years. That was a do. So bad influencer. Who's a ranko? I said you all can
and still I know you come.
Only other players
Mintie boy in the side and the do. Kotoko for making me examples of in some idea to 2 players will be bring.
So inside that, then why don't you either buy it until you be getting him now be stay.
I'm not buying it because of 2 things. I'm not buying it because of 2 things. One, anybody says a dear number of the contract because player who so bad influence.
With the hope so Obesa. And I'm say I won't
buy that.
Promises Obesa. okay time bia na ba na friend no say no I promise Messi but we go akoye no e west
okay number 1 2
in the onya bad influence
okay,
other players
players no okotoko no obi esuba bia obida na dibi ono suba nye Justice Blay
ko fufuro bia bebe bia no hu che da abadada na o ma transfer
Sergio Messi Justice Blay play bia okotoko bia no so the suban is sa e ono ani suban enye Blay influence ko mo nyankura
the next point first okay we
the next point is all these issues this player has been playing as a right back holding midfielder a center back Sanya Manu affected the performance on the field of play. Those are the two things I'm not buying. Sergio, Sanya Manu ye kenin yinano. Obejina park ne sona. Omo nya bi, omo nya hwe no osan boche omo. Etina me make say. Obemu na kotina fie na watu ya ne kade die. Mane mo won yi ano no nko ne baby. Sergio me point no.
Now where the first time I who say player be a stubborn. Okay, Oma, a friend saying coaches, any management, handlers, no tough time. Obopa, or ya dear pa, but Omo Akasa Mumpen be Omo Janquai, Untibida,
Tibi Pripi.
It didn't know we own.
Said you any
because your players be
said you
on performance. I was super, no more bopa, but Musumainti coaches in the Omunti no one. Oh my job, okay.
Because it was your first time.
You better mention baby.
It's in a car say. That is blessed. Some I can you Sakoto could be doing the way you want. Oh, said you if it happens in Europe. Said you with the same car saying, and I'm a casa.
Was it in man 1 year?
Europe put the man 1 year. Europe put the Monka so you discipline to continue in Jauka. Okay. It's in a maker say, said you
almost about West. I don't buy it.
Maybe I won't hear. You terminate 2 contract no tra. So be Jusika. Ubajusika de be kenny na boom near the ama prekupa. Yen ska de.
This is grammatic. This is almost it will be a contracting, okay? So sansem ne ba na mpese omo jaw kwan ma wo kwa. 3 months. Okay, and omde sika no be ma wo. Na sa no omde Dr. Ogum omo di eja no kwan ma no 3 months no omde ma no. Players no bia asensan, okay? But omo hwe Justice Blay esumo obebe sum ye na mfaso a club ni nya no ho ni nima bebre no. Ne de no omo ma no 3 months. Omo sa de 1 month class aka no. Na 4 months. Na omo tua ni nyina de ama no. Omo ni no awi. Omo ja no kwa ma na ko. Nti a menya nesisi ano.
They no because be say.
Me ko din komo ba.
Okay, no.
Okay.
Because be say.
We na me ko din komo.
The year can nyina season started. Na ja ultimate ball. Emmanuel entry to me ball. Kotoko players or motor to me ball. Nobody will talk about Justice Blay. Me can say no. So omo bani to me ball na kotoko share omo ko Africa omo perform nobody will waste time and talk about that.
Uti we the whole year no hana sun papa Kessben. And I'm a sports. Sahana Andy the whole year hana sun narrow. Me the me no sahana tie. Ndi ekoya die bia me say kesi hu say we die. Ma ya over the years but yeah the more into want me pam you be say enko. Ye man die ben was sports with my pam. Is it not possible?
That's why you be on.
I am but the event is here.
Mr. Kati beti baby. Obeti mi aye.
Ente na yo wan say tintina e
ma. Who use one na mami o.
O say tintina e ma no wa here.
Who now use one?
Now you disagree.
I disagree because that has always been the routine of Kotoko. So a big player don't person obi ja kwan esa. There's a boss out there.
I'm say we nye one of them.
Sadio.
We nye sa routine.
Until some change Justice Blay now buy it as one.
All right, you come right. Your other issues
more information. On the THB Kotoko, you say we can say.
Yeah.
Obviously, we must catch up, communicate here, Magaka. Into say
you should be able
to communicate. And then on the issue of they playing at Babaya and so on. Oma sorting out prelims, they are playing at Babaya. Oma you see their failure, Oma form said they are.
Oma ni NSA ni komo.
Bacho. Koto companion for say.
Me say.
Bacho the team.
Okay.
Say me ye full of. Or say they rather wrote to NSA. And NSA ni more.
A letter pa. Da beno. Also.
Oma ye crowd their man you.
Why?
Calf. So my failure Oma form so no stadium Oma bo you know.
And made 2 different story.
And say be a meeting be as to say omo be born and hun chicheye and be a NSA train or muno my dear maybe that is where information will be.
well.
But say omo be born baba ya omo e wo mumra meka no omo twa mo hokra de ko.
All right. Me din komo kakra ba. Me ba na e pa cho hwe no wan fa bag no na wan ko. Na yenye nwie. Ah, de oji awo nu ma pa. Me call New Life Homeopathic Clinic. New Life Homeopathic Clinic. Na me ne Dr. Makaji akodi enkomo kakra ye ba. Na e ba betwa dwumedie no eso. Enen sima ye beka ho, be twe ho nkomo no, ho ehia yi be pa. Say no, I'm say abapa o diabetes.
Too much.
Papa enya some kitu akra.
Too much.
Na ye ni ho nkomo kakra every samre ekoi na fe asai ababe sama. Diabetes. Doc, akwaba.
Thank you, bro Penny.
Say ye die.
Nyame adom.
Ede nyakopa sepa. Okay. Na ye ni ho nkomo kakra diabetes. Yeah.
Atiminia.
You better say free symptoms no. Diabetes e dey bad and symptoms na dey.
Good. Medase na meden chama ahwefo na etifo. O top no say me fe.
Oh, Kotoko, yes, you know.
I think it looks very beautiful.
Yeah.
Nice.
Now we are Kotoko. Oh, nice one. Nice one. And there's also probably 100 per buy.
Oh, I see.
For 2 games.
Oh, this looks very nice. Oh my God.
Yes.
Na diabetes ne ye ya de bia ha nipa. Ha bema, ha oba.
Okay.
Ha penny, ha bofra. Na ewiase aye wono scientifically in the yagia tum ye mienu.
Okay.
Type 1 and type 2.
Okay.
Na type 1 ne de usually eta hu omofra ho. Na type 2 no so de yan ye kofa ba.
Okay.
Na yan ye kofa ba means e be more of your lifestyle no and ma ye kofa ya de no e ma ye ho.
Okay.
Ubo diabetes so a de obi adwane free ho e ye sugar because ya to ne din asichire ya de. Enti eno na ma yade no ejensemo sa because obi o ho a brapeni no krani wate sa 10 years sugar crank and another and so nya diabetes and the such person never tena wanim now checking the sugar now say hey sugar na am 30 o doctor how me to be dokodoko bia mempe every he and na me man the secret no me dey do my tie4 ade e cause diabetes more ayesrade fat fat in aka ho asem no say nipa wo ye kese broso no ana asrade dore ubebra eno ne number 1 cause of diabetes enya sichire
I see
enti na e wa bonten say ana scientifically yegitum say akesefo etanya diabetes ese omo ye slim na bebusa an questions akesefo say na sichire na mo ma ye kese eye fat srade na mo ma ye kese na de tie ne say wudidi a aduane ne kom na converted to glucose na kenya poison ne na ma ya hoden e de say odi fu agu kam na e ma na hoden na ka na ekọ and glucose ne ye hia na enso ensese tena mojanim esese call cells ne na ben na ma wa hoden ba cells na e be fa ho akọ no obehwe no na srade akosi kwan no a block it. So now nothing goes in, nothing comes out. Enti ebasa na sugar na dose no mojanim na wanya diabetes. Enti diabetes is number 1 cause srade. And sacra na number 2 ya adwen asichire ne ho. Number 3 ya adwen genetics, bibi efe hereditary, timi abusuan ya de. And san ya adwen on exercise. Ene niema ba ku mienu bi ede e ka ho. Now na de hia party through your symptoms no. Se ne de bi aye no no. We mamia mani aye causes kakra ma om. Ya na ye time ne no so nti. Na de tie ne se wo ho na hu se ensukom de obebra. Aye symptoms of diabetes. Ensuo no ya de papa ye tufu so obi anu nsuo. Ba de me kana sem ono anim se ono nsuo 1 liter sisia any 5 minutes. Nobody need call for another water.
I see.
We won't say or feel say the BS come de no. One no so we cry 5 minutes na twene ho. Na body ne say on say no so bio. Enti hu sa symptoms na eno betima possible diabetes symptoms. E bia sichire ade aba ho. Number 2. Eye say obedwon so bebre. Because of diabetes into na aduane kra na obedi a body ne converting it to urine. Because ni adajo de be digest aduane. Enti wudi aduane a obedwon so, onum nso abedwon so. Eno na mo dwon so bebre no. Anajo obedwon so saa. Daytime obedwon so enti ama nipa no bi kra ntu kwan. Because okay oko hapa passenger for kakra bi na dwon so de no. Enti uta dwon so bebre no so to me possible sign of diabetes. And then a bit ma swati.
because of say wo didi kra body ne converting it to urine no aduane ne ntimi digest na wanya sa minerals ne iron ne amino acid ne niema na body ne hia ade be maintain o structure na o body no ni nyina ya Johnson nti no behwe na o sote nti onuane bi o ho afon ana mo fon wan hwe kra sebe o de yade HIV besusu o
besusu ya
enso na nya HIV eye diabetes na ma ne so hwan a on all fon sa no so sugar ne tumiye and it create dryness bo so no mu nyina ya dry o skin ne kra o sre nku a hu so ye why very dry into we dry so no so one of the symptoms of diabetes and it cause burning sensation o ho na ho hyehyew especially when nine kra be hwe na ho hyehyew pa ona ho betima ben o said the atwi pepper bi asra ona ho no and it cause fatigue and now say easily get tired sugar no betima ma wo ho ana why better on sheda nya adwuma muru so bi anso na wa bre and e bie mu so no it cause memory disturb so and forgetfulness obi o ha diabetes nti ade hye ne nsem kra na wo hwehwe
wow
it ma mental ability no eba form nti ase refi niema basabasa so ankasa why confused bi sugar ne tumi ma ne bro so and e create bi a friend retinopathy and no ebe mo na se pese se wani nti ebe start se wani so ye hwani ase niema mienu se diabetes na teche ne ya nhwa anso ano a ebetima lead to blindness.
Wow.
Oh yes. You can number 1, number 2. Number 1 cause of total blindness between the age of 20 and 70 diabetes.
Ooh.
Aside sebi obi aya wo no de anifraba. Se wunyin from 20 to 70 now konya anifra ya de a the decline by diabetes.
I see.
Best start with blurrish me hu ade ye me hu we na agensamo. Afio uhwehwe enhwe. Then na cause bibi a friend neuropathy. Neuropathy ni be mo is about your nerves. Enti na diabetic patient de bia omona etitriti de bia ne na si form no ase o shempaboa on shempaboa ne na ase aye no te say abosia bia na form bi na o tietia so o shempaboa na rokra onte because sugar na say ne nerves enti amane na na o hode enso on feel papa na ne say nyina very stiff enu so nti na say o ekro tu o mo asebe ye ta twa o nan no because nerves na be ma command na ensuo aduane moja ne ade aba o nan ne ho no enya dwuma enti ekro tu ase kro no bibia en feed no anetimi ewu enti o ho na kro no efo ba o se nkotwa ne nan enti diabetes ne ma nkofo nya numbness ana me na say tofotofu say de miteti achechem hu sa sign ne bia ne nyina diabetes now the me di twa to symptoms no na me di abowra de me chro kan ho no and say diabetes nso cause sexual weakness.
Wow.
E cause erectile dysfunction.
Yare boni pa. Yare boni pa. Brapeni. We yi memma 100 jina ho mu nyina ye diabetic patient a. Emu 80. Omo memma nya dwuma. So so betimi ne yire ana ne dofo ahia a age se wafa enhancement. Yen hye ne nso. Emu be 80 no. So betimi satisfy ne yire ana ne dofo a age se wa me ne bibi. Age se wafa lawyer. Wanum bibi. Enu ne bema na gina ne na so se bema. Ba so obeko sie nanim normal ontumi because sugar na a week on bed. Wow.
Enti ya de a ha mema tete mema pa a enya grokra. Etumi ma ye mema sem eye basa. So enti enya ya de a ye so. Wo hwe sexual weakness in general na ye wo na hodo 9. Ye wo na hodo 9. But okay, say number no cloud TV no so dada. To obi abetimi afre. Now person in new life din command
0244
good
093595 0244 093595 and 020 3335439. Okay,
good. Thank you, Brapeni. Enti enchana ma sorry no.
Okay.
Sexual weakness no ye wona hodo 9.
Before so we sexual weakness no, diabetes no mo betu maso ano.
Oh, eyadwuma ye pa.
Sa.
Eyadwuma ye on say yade a chronic disease a yade atum quote and quote say ye ntu ase.
Yes, ye ntu ase.
Good. Ba ye wonuanum bia sebi wanko hospital by means of jawedi fa we kan on sugar e normal. Utu sugar see a enye ye because of what? You need the sugar to survive.
Okay.
There should be a limit, a number be as I say a won't change. Also, our glucose level should be between 4 to 5.9.
Okay.
enti wo ka say wo tu ase say sugar esikyire nsa won nipadua no ma nipa no ko bebu ahwe obewu because ya ho den e glucose enti ye to me stabilize no na wanya normal reading but what you say obi okra nya new life na waba ebia wo baby obi kyerɛ sɛ di ahaban we gya aduane we di o yes ade ne sugar e na o ma wona dro bia so enti ye wo kwan ya fa so in an alternative way no ye de boa ema sugar ne best stabilize na ankosoro ankofa sa nifra ne kidney problems ne ne ma na anya dai ambro so enti ye adwuma ye pa now sa sexual weakness ne side no on se na me ka se ona hodo 4 ye wo nipa ne bi wo ho a sebi wo hwe oba anim na oba ne na 2 kra ne ho betimi asane
black man
enya kra a 2 keke no onya kan hye ne nufu ntam ope no we release o hwe movie no be so obi mu pe no we release
black man so yen to aso
enya kra ana ye wo won na omo premature ejaculation omo so de ne say obekọ animu kama nanso why are there 7 seconds ono say the red man
ni family do kwa buzu kwa buzu dia akwasi twuruwa 7 seconds
oje o per baby actually ma wie enti oba nfa be ka say yen chance so mi de ma wie o per tet
o ma san yen to aso
it is 7 seconds no jam na sa category no da o mo aya de kra no e 45 seconds 1 minute kra mo
in 1 minute akwasi twuruwa
the friend of premature ejaculation and then you what erectile dysfunction na erectile dysfunction you on A and B obi o na ade na pagya ni mu sorry na nso mu nyadin ono ehu sa ade na nya fam into ntimi kra mfa nkọ ho eno ye A no ane wo B ebe sorry kama a be ma obe hu se o me be magina so nanso okọ adwuma ne ho anajo obi okro guso ye na anafon na adum enso nanka wo wie ye eno ne friend erectile dysfunction and no so na lead to what we call impotence na is no de be dwokra ansori biu to nam ho no be ma no Johnson kwa na de be Johnson na sa erectile dysfunction ni nua impotence no diabetes number 1 cause etu ye be ma na se ohun ni se ohun tumi nsori a enro ni etoto no ye ha ye ho because there's a genesis say started from that side say sugar na ma be mejo na ya start adwuma from sugar ne side abrapeni no kwasem so no madru aphrodisia na ejina so said o chena be sa adwo the bibi na ma na basa obi okra hypertension ana ejo ne bema obi kra so prostate cancer na prostate ana ejo ne bema obi okra sebio spinal injury bi onya ne years ago ana ese ne bema enti wo beba ne ato ye boy check up ne a kire say okay o de ndenti abema ntumi nyina so no efri ade asomesi enti ye ade no ho adwuma na afi ya bo bema ho ban obi o nso kra nro bi a onom e de treat certain disease bi ana ma ne bema e dai e kofom enti entu nro ni mu oba new life a yin kwan be fa so a ye be protect oba masem no na o ya de kro na wo so no so wato aso afo waduro kama enkofa o how bia ne dai emra o me masem enti in general no mitufu say wo ye be ma na utiemi a for nature new life from your party clinic say yes sexual weakness say premature ejaculation erectile dysfunction na se for no ni nyina ye be treat am o kama no agina na so na de ani gia ba sugar so na how adwen tete wa phone na phone bi kra nim de ntia o phone o ba ye beboa na sa o phone ya stop no na wa meka nkasa bia me ha ya adwen enti ye wo atasimanso udu atasimanso tazi rank ho pa na obusa drivers ne se me call new life homeopathic clinic obi abechiro e wo kumase he ya atasimanso de santas nchan ya ana nkran so eye akra ya what Dansuman runabout udu first runabout na Goy Filling Station bi ho was me call New Life Homeopathic Clinic me number ni 0244 09 35 95 0244 09 35 95 and 020 33 35 439 020 33 35 439 rapping in Yamishra Bible
Yakupon Inshra Wonso Debia Meka Dr. Makaje na New Life Homeopathic Clinic nyame emfanisa ento adwuma no so na adwuma so nko amudi no Ghana for wiase afa na nyina obia enya so emfa so doc da sepa amafo mon friend numbers no na money doc eni enkomo ono abefa na enkomo bi oho bia no oni wo adi na ntɛntɛntɛntɛm a yadeɛ how bia obɛyi afiri hɔ ɛde ama ɛnɛ diabetes ɛna ɔhwɛ symptoms no ɛne sexual weakness ahodoɔ ɔso obɛyi afiri hɔ ade a ɛma ɔbɛɛma no ɛntumi ɛnyina so no sɛbe ɛnyɛ da biara ne aduro dabi obɛtumi ahwɛ waa koduru stage bi a wonhia nnuro bi a ansa na watumi sɛbe akɔ esini anim. Alright, yɛbɛtoa so de amamo kakra bi na afei yɛmɛsum up na yɛmpɛgye mu dumienu na holistic news nso ɛtoa so nyame yɛ adoma adwada yɛbɛsan aba ne aba bɛtoa so de amamo mo messages kakra bi 11c m80s pa na watore mu de na menkan okay mamenkan we kakra bi champion Joe the supporters of Asante Kotoko are furious about the Justice Blay issue because of the way we've been seemingly showing ingratitude to some of our very committed players. A typical example is how we sent off Stephen Oduro. It was very badly done. We promised him a coaching course, which never happened. Eric Bakwe is another example. Then we had Morrison last season. We all know that the Asante Kotoko problem. We all know that the Asante Kotoko problem isn't last season wasn't conditioning or was conditioning. Okay, was conditioning. Physically, they were weak. Zito is here to fix that. So I still don't believe Justice Blay will have been made to Captain Kumasi Asante Kotoko if he was such a bad person. The Kotoko management must listen to the fans, else we'll have issues with our patronage at the stadium. Adwumawura 11c metwa so bebre ka ho mentimi amfani nyina enso ama. Okay enti na enso no. Okay. Na enra yebo modin a senka ebe ni eye Justice Blay bedi enkomo onya willing se obeka asem no ho bibia sisia nti bia the appropriate time obepese ode ensem kakra betu edwa. All right, issues here and there yemfa be sima be miensa na nan Andy nsem e bobo so no ede na obepese nka obede kakra bi betu edwa. Kwamda Black was it's been a while I sent you a message on your program. You and your crew are doing marvelously well, and I strongly believe my heart of oak shall rise again. Great days ahead of all of us. Okay, Kwamda Black tema anyway aba Mr. Kwamda Black now who eti saying mfie no kwani mu sa na da bia na 80 years 80 plus 82 years.
Yes.
Kwamda Black. Yes, nyame mo ahoden why na onfamfie ne kakra ensan enka ho na yebo mpa ma bia be kama pa Mr. Kwamda Black. God bless you. Yento aso.
You know, me ye has for kitwe and no am start here. Na medical ka Kotoko on Razak Simpson and then House of Folk. Said you teams bia e wo wiase no. Omo areas ase almost strengthener e me team is original. Any House of Folk team on my sale no. Omo nya forwards on bangi in the goals. From Ishmelado, Emmanuel Osekofo, Chastila, Dombote, Prince Tegu, Mahatma Otu, Obinke Jr., Hamza Isa. And to the HN say, so omo obi obebang even Kwame Kizito Mokrana, a chain no more form when they coffee more munya the few opportunities are omo revive omo career. At least oya dear under the season now, Frank Nuta boy before Obabekono. So what you have to folk team now? Medical as a central defense now more players. Didi has 2 league titles plus FA Cup, or a national team coach for the local blasters, or a juma with Norgeland. It's Oyobia, Unimagronim, non experience, we're bringing it to Bamobie. So I'm expecting him to improve the central defensive pair of Hasselhoff because materials now central defense and it's a money problem. Upon Frane, Sisia Marazak Simpson Konomra Nations, or Bebama team Cassia Basos up upon Frane.
Yeah.
Or says Siba, what can I say? Manebra, Tim Ketua is Siana, Yamfo Binko has. Or Bessa Bama Kotokone as a Sachi.
Yeah.
Samola Mufa, even on Okra. Last season, only a few games with gold stars. Oba has to focus on near bad. Kwadu Yadom, once upon a time, was a centre back for the local blasters. It is all 4 central defense we are. Say Joe, I don't see why any African awoko. A Ghana Premier League now person or competing now. And say Joe, dear Martin say, Watara 4 position, fans na catch them pen in phone say Watara and Tina and Crawford Stadium, Omunia satisfied with him. It is somebody did about Togo Tasso they must win the league. It's goalkeeping no problem because the national team goalkeeper and the Dama has a folk. Michael Ampadu experience. Someone called a few better there. Then obe pushing no. Because from after the loan spell, also obe pushing Michael Ampadu. The left side, they need a player from the left side of defense. Radio Volca train obe bomber has a folk until date. So you omun team in your obia man me boss abo ni bi emfa ma has a folk.
Okay.
Enti omun share areas almost strengthen a bit me a push team no and on attack me very weak. So you 7 and 11 9 has folk attack me very weak. Into those are the areas that I'm expecting to strengthen and again central midfield positions no. Areas I'm expecting could you do money a bit me strengthen. Omonche no munya relaxing no munya attention no edinachi no. And then come on dia attention in edinachi. These are good players but you scale big room no. We are $125,000, we are $300,000 and you Ghana same.
Okay. Enti yebe peja yemu ba the good news and it's a National Sports Authority with me remwa. Group of companies be a free Saudi World eba na ye stadium ahodo ni nyina omo abisisi ede ama yen ama level no akosoro ye papa very good news. Menim say enchekra NSA mpanifo ene aban ene sa group yi ebehia na omo edi ho enkomo good news yentwen na sansem ni na mo amode messages ba yentimi ankan mo fanchen mreni so ene dumienu ena ye peja ye mu na ene Eric Osei Kwadwo birthday eyemre Eric Osei Kwadwo ene your birthday. My young wish you happy birthday. Yeah, that's Eric Osei Kwadwo. Eyemre guest house ewo feyi ase. Wo na we boss CEO. Ewo Jumawura. Young wish you happy birthday. We a special one. If you nyina yeho na ede ebro Kwame Wusu myself afi kwesi twinibua ene omo keka ho nyina ye wish you happy birthday. Eyemre so ye nyuma bebre o na kasa no but o the woman to be cancel to invent ya you also happy birthday so who so ye my why na bibia be fine. All right, on this note and the program also ye nteme
perfect smile eje sofo ni nua be ma ye frɛ no Karim Abdullahi na oye fire commander ene omo de ne tompem ewie ya na yi no hyase wo tano so Supreme Savior School na omo ede na yi no enso etimi abaso nti omanfo we de enko na enko jamo.
All right, holistic news up next. Nyame yaduma ye be sign any more trust edwada the masifa yakram.
Pause.